There we go. So we are now live. Hello and welcome. We're going to be playing Lasers and Feelings today, gang, which you know because we've been chatting about it for the last hour. So just a quick rule explanation for those people watching. Lasers and Feelings is a tabletop RPG by John Harper, the same guy who did Blades in the Dark. It's nice and simple. Each of our players has got a name, a race, be it a human, alien, or an android, a job, and they have also chosen a number between 2 and 5, and this number determines what they are aiming to roll above or below to succeed. A lasers roll, they are aiming to roll below their number, and if it's a feelings roll based on, heart not head, then they're aiming to roll above their number. That is basically about it. The rules are that simple, really. So let's just get straight to our introductions, and we'll go in alphabetical order, as is the order on Discord. So we'll start off with Dan. Would you like to tell us a bit about your character?
The name's Clint. He started off, with he's a pilot by trade, and it's something where he finds comfort. Like anywhere else, he might be a bit stressed out, but when he's behind the wheel or gear stick, controls, accelerator, when he's behind the throttle of a space vehicle, he is comfortable and cool and collected. Yeah. He's very much the calm logic. I can easily get past that asteroid if I do this speed.
Never tell me the odds.
Close, but he's already worked on it.
Fantastic. Okay, so you are a pilot. Who have we got next? Rihanna. Let's hear about you.
That's me. Don't want to keep you all night, but I'm Rihanna. I am also Pixie Point on Twitch. If you'd like to go and follow me, self-promo. And I am playing an alien called Euterpe Phlox.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Very grumpy, thanks, King. Who is a very grumpy doctor. Who, like me, carries a martini.
So, an alcoholic doctor, fantastic.
So.
I didn't. Dan,
Yes.
What was your number? I forgot to ask. Well, I know, but 5. So your number's a 5. So Rihanna, your number as a.
Yes, my number is a 3.
Fantastic. Okay. Next up, we have James.
Yes.
Talk me some character.
Following from what Rihanna said, my name is James. I'm an actor and theatre maker as part of Ragtime Priory Theatre Production. Look us up on Instagram at Ragtime Priory Theatre.
Cooley, I hope you're thinking of something you can plug.
But yeah, my name is Rick Shaw, scoundrel, smuggler, and motherfucker. And I just, I get into scrapes and I work my way out. This is, I do what I want.
Fucker, I just want
to. Yeah, I'm just making a note of self-proclaimed motherfucker.
Oh
yes.
No!
I feel like
that might come in. That might come into it later.
Well, whatever. My numbers are 4.
Numbers are 4. Fantastic. And finally, last but not least, Cooley, who are you and what would you like to plug?
I'm Stephen. Spelt with I am a cyborg, so it's ST3EN. He is a robot made by the budget military bot company called Gladys. They haven't really given him much of a personality because he's budget. He's literally going to be the most unfriendly, unsocial soldier, but he does have a thing for quoting movie quotes.
He and I are gonna get on.
Yeah, and he's been working for, been a part of the ship for a couple of years. Doesn't really know why he's there because there's never much fighting involved that he gets actually released for because they don't like him. but he's there.
Fair enough. So, to give you guys a bit of background information, you are all the crew of the starship known as the Raptor. This is your starship. It's been your starship for, well, a good couple of years now. Dan, you are the ship's pilot. However, your current mission, you are basically venturing out into deep space to answer a distress call from another starship known as the Espera. Now, this starship very briefly broadcast this distress beacon, and then it kind of just disappeared. So it kind of blipped on and then just went. And you guys have been tasked with finding out what is going on with the Espera. Made slightly difficult by the fact your captain, Captain Binbag, is currently out of action. Unfortunately, he was electrocuted by a sudden clap of thunder, and was then put into a medically induced coma by our resident medical officer, so he can obviously recover. But you are just on your way basically to the Espera to find out what is going on. And it's basically, it's been floating around in space now for a couple of days, and evidence would suggest that all of its systems on board are offline. And it's your job to go and find out what the Bilbo Heckins is going on. So, yeah, that's what's currently occurring. You are on your way. I will allow you guys to discuss and, get to grips with your characters a bit, and anything you want to do before we get there.
Quick out of game question.
Yes.
I don't know if the strengths of the Raptor and problem.
Oh yeah, we do have to decide that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll kind of decide those as we go. I wouldn't worry too much about that just yet. Just think something like it's your generic Starship Enterprise type thing. It's a good all-rounder.
Is it that big? Is it that big, or is it like a smaller?
Imagine that, but scaled down to run with a crew of.
Imagine like the Among Us
Millennium.
ship.
I'm imagining Millennium Falcon.
Millennium Falcon size type thing. Yeah, in fact, it's basically like a Millennium Falcon. It's a good all-rounder, but it's primarily designed as a like just an exploration vessel. So just exploring space. Sorry. Joys of recently having COVID is my asthma has come back.
Rick Shaw would like to do his captain's log. He's not a captain, but he's still doing his
as Rick Shaw,
log.
are you saying Rick Shaw's basically assigned himself as the temporary captain?
No, he's not. No, he's been doing this since he's forever.
Oh, okay.
He does this in his own private, in his room, without
so he's in his
anyone
quarters secretly doing a captain's log.
Yeah, it's like captain log. The other captain has gone to is in a medical coma. We don't know what's happening. We're going to a distress call. We'll see what's happening. God help us all. And
God help us all.
Yes.
In my head canon, I don't know why, but he sounds like William Shatner.
He is the Kirk like hot shot like
the other captain is currently out of action.
He is definitely also wearing a gold uniform.
You realise I will be purchasing you all Star Trek shirts before next time we play.
I'm down. Why do you think I wore this jumper?
I love it. I tried to get one but couldn't get it delivered in time. And had to resist the urge to pay £100 for a Bluetooth badge that you can connect to your phone to use as an actual communicator.
I'm using my mouth.
Oh my God.
Captain.
Anywho, so yeah, you're in your cabin doing your captain's log. What's everyone else? Dan, presumably you're flying the ship.
Yep.
Fair enough. Where's everyone else?
I am currently polishing my blaster because it's still not been fired.
Okay.
Yep. And quoting lines from Die Hard.
Oh, I thought you'd be doing the Apocalypse Now thing of, this is my blaster. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
I was thinking Space Odyssey, but I was like, nah, I'll save the sci-fi till later.
And Rihanna, did you tell us what your name was? I didn't...
Euterpe or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
Euterpe. I couldn't remember if you'd said it in the
Several
intro.
times.
Yeah, I know you, but I couldn't remember if you'd said it in the intro or not. I just obviously zoned it out. Euterpe, what are you doing?
I assume I'm maybe making some medical notes on the aforementioned out of action captain, or I don't know, some
Okay, so you're
base
basically
rubble.
you're
or
stood
something.
by the bed with like your clipboard, just making note. I say clipboard, it'd be like a tablet computer, like glass thing that's see through, and you can see the
Mhm.
and you're making notes on it, and martini in one hand. Okay, fantastic. So basically, you start to approach the Aspera. You can see it come up on the main screen, and it's just there drifting in space. It seems dark, and all systems offline. It's just kind of still. You're not able to dock with the spaceship. To get to it, you will have to make a short spacewalk. But this is something you are obviously. You've done this many times before. This isn't unusual to you. So it will require you to just do a short kind of jaunt through space to the outer airlock door of the other ship to go and investigate. So what do?
I'd like to go first. Rickshaw always goes first.
Am I needed for this mission, sirs and madam?
It's probably
you.
best you come with us, I would say, as not the captain, but maybe someday.
Are you saying you are the captain now?
I said I'm not the
He's
captain.
not the
Rhymes
captain.
as well.
Specifically
Don't worry,
said
Can we make it
not
canon?
the
You're
captain.
I'm so excited because
Can we make
slight
it
peek,
canon that
slight
Rickshaw
peek,
rhymes?
slight peek behind the curtain here. There's a thing coming up that I'm really excited about now. James has decided his ambition is to be a captain.
I never said my ambition was to be a captain. I said
You
many
said one
things
day.
that might show there, but who knows? Who knows what comes into our path? What stars may
What stars
We'll get
may
you
cross
captain, by the way.
our path?
and as he's doing that, he just goes straight out of the airlock. He's still going. He's still going as he's walking.
You just kick the airlock door open and just backflip out into space.
That-
Can
that's
you
his-
roll me a feelings roll, please? I'm gonna
feelings
say
roll.
it sounds like you've kind of done it quite impulsively.
Okay.
Roll me 2 though, because I'd say this isn't the first time you've done something like this. So you're
Okay.
probably an expert.
I need to get
You're probably
higher
an
than my-
for feelings. Well, you want to roll over your number to
I
succeed.
got one success.
One success. So you basically you're stood by the airlock giving this speech. Everyone else is suited up, and you just kind of elbow the airlock button, and the sudden decompression and suction of oxygen out the ship just kind of flies you back into space. But you kind of style it out, and it looks annoyingly cool. As you
Just
kind of
imagining that moment from Doctor Who when River Song goes out the spaceship with her arms out.
it's basically that.
Yeah.
He's just gone poof, poof, and then he kind of
But then-
styles it out.
I imagine because I imagine he's like starts out and then he's like suddenly like and then just like lands.
I
back
mean,
onto it.
I'd say you make it to the other ship, but you don't hit the other ship gracefully. You kind of go poof
No,
against it.
That's right.
You're in the right. You've
It's
got
not
to the
first
airlock though.
time. It won't be the last.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely not. Everyone else, you also get kind of sucked out into space because the airlock suddenly
I
opens.
would like to stay on the ship because
You have all been sucked out into space by Rickshaw.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. The ship. We'll assume you put the handbrake on
he
and
not-
set
can he
it to
not grab
autopilot.
Can he not grab something before he leaves? Like kind of grab on
I'd
the
like
door.
to cover the top of my
Oh,
martini
what you want to
glass
try
with
and
my
you want to
clipboard.
try and gravity it and grab the outside of the spaceship.
Or like the inside of the
I
station
mean-
as he's sucked out.
If the ship has autopilot, then yeah, I'll go. But yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So basically you pop the ship into park. It sits in autopilot. All the systems are kind of running, and
Do we have it? Does the autopilot have like a computer?
yeah. You've got like a ship's computer, a ship's AI.
Okay, good.
So yeah, that the ship will sit there and run itself. It'll look after the old captain. That'll kind of all manage itself for you. So yeah, you will basically hop across to the other ship. You're going to Turpy. You're covering your martini glass. Can you just roll me a? I'm going to say this is probably a feelings roll.
Can you remind me how this works again?
So you're trying to roll over your number.
Okay.
And you can roll 2 dice because you've got a martini. You are equipped.
Fair enough.
So yeah, roll me 2 dice and let me know if you get a 6.
3.
3.
Which
that's
is my number.
Oh, so that's laser feelings. So that is a success, and you get to ask me, the DM, a question about anything you like.
Ooh. Okay.
Bearing in mind, I'd like to point out, sorry, very quickly, the others, your characters won't know this question unless your Turpy chooses to tell you.
Okay. Does it have to be a yes or no question?
No, you can ask whatever you want, and I can choose how much detail I want to give you, but I will answer honestly.
Okay. So, I'm aware that there is probably impending doom and danger. Is that danger within the ship or outside of it?
The danger, I'd say, well, the danger would be both because you have a limited supply of oxygen in your suit. So outside the ship, you're not going to survive forever. However, within the ship, there will be some element of danger because otherwise this would be a very boring campaign.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so
I don't need
It's very
oxygen,
vague
do I,
of
by
you,
the way?
but I can
you
work
what? Sorry.
with that.
Oh yeah, you don't. You
I
just
don't
you don't need a spacesuit or anything. You just hop out into space. You're a robot. Presumably, you've got some little thrusters located somewhere about your person.
I'm not going to specify where.
You know where. So you guys arrive at the outer airlock door of the Aspera. I'm assuming you want to choose to go in, otherwise this is going to be very long and dull.
Yeah, I'd like to, I'll like
You can all
try and
communicate
open
with
the
each
airlock.
other. There's like radios in your spacesuit.
I'll just open the airlock.
Cool. So you open the airlock of the Aspera and you guys are able to there's no gravity on the Aspera because all the systems are offline, including the artificial gravity. So you you're working your way along the wall. You close the airlock behind you, and obviously outer door goes, inner door opens, and you are aboard the ship. Now the emergency lighting is on. There's kind of that very dull light. Other than that, the spaceship is completely silent. There are no signs of any kind of crew, any kind of machine hum. It is literally just a quiet, empty spaceship lit only by the emergency lighting.
Is there a? Wait, you go.
I want to see if me being a soldier, being able to sort of like track to see if there's any signs of like violence or like burn damage from like lasers or anything like that.
I'd say, yeah, you've probably got like into your vision, you can probably scan for things like blood. You've got like kind of, how you've got like the UV light things where they'll scan for like blood spatters and, scorch marks, things like that. So you can perform me a scan. Make me a 3 dice lasers roll.
A 1, and a 2.
Must have been something to do with the sudden decompression with the airlock in the other ship, but at the moment your visual systems, your analyzing systems, what do I call it? Your scanning software, it seems to be offline at the moment, so you'll probably have to do a quick reboot.
Pass?
No, because it's a lasers roll, so he needs to roll over.
Lasers, you need to go under, don't you?
Oh no, lasers you do need to go under. Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologise.
That's a triple success.
That's a crit. The entire spaceship light. Sorry, yes, sorry. Failing as a DM already. I'm going to, what, that page with the arrows I'm going to have open in front of me. So yes, the entire spaceship surrounding you lights up like a Christmas tree. There's no blood anywhere. There's no signs of a struggle, no kind of laser marks or anything like that. It's, the spaceship looks pretty much brand new on the inside. The only thing your scanners do tell you is that the air inside the spaceship is very thin. There's a very limited amount of oxygen. You will assume this is probably because all the systems are offline, including the life support. So at the moment, the atmosphere is not really breathable.
Oh, I don't tell anyone this.
Fair enough.
My character has no compassion.
I'd like to
Lovely.
find the.
I'd like to state, it looks like a freak accident to me. I say we call it at that and go back.
Let's just check one thing. Can I use like a scanner to check for life forms or anything like that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. We'll assume you got like a little scanner.
Yeah.
It's probably
Think I-
probably looks like a little flip phone.
Yeah.
Roll me a 2. That'll be a lasers roll,
Yeah. Cool.
which you want to roll under.
One success and hit on the 4. I got a 4. I got my number.
Oh, so you got laser feelings. Fantastic. So yeah, that's a success. There are no life forms blipping up on your sensor.
Okay.
So as far as your sensor's concerned, the ship is completely empty. You may ask me a question.
Is there some treasure on board this ship?
There's not like
cocktail machine.
physical. There's not like a physical kind of I can pick it up and carry it kind of treasure, but there is a reward associated with this ship.
It's the friends you make along the way.
It's actually, for once, it isn't the friends you make along the way.
Hey guys, there's no life forms, but we've got some gold on this little nugget of rock here.
We also have
What?
perfect
Do you mean the
What?
material? We've got quite a lot of it in our systems.
I'd say we just go back. I mean, I know, but back,
Let me-
back is always safe.
Can I check like the 2 closest doors to me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for this. Basically, above there's so you've come out the airlock into like a corridor. There's one door that basically just says storage, and there's another one off to the left that says bridge.
Check storage first.
Okay, the door won't open because the ship is currently offline.
Yeah, you could just say it, whatever you're trying to
Sorry,
say.
hello, Rihanna.
I don't want to interrupt though. Okay, this is kind of off topic, but I promise it's relevant. So
It's not off topic then, is it?
I
It's gonna be off
listen,
topic.
right?
I know.
Topic.
I'm fully
Say
aware.
it, Ed. Say it.
The vibe that James's character gives me is an exact replica of the rooster in Chicken Run.
Damn straight.
Mel Gibson. Nice.
Anyway, that's it. Sorry.
Mel Gibson meet William Shatner.
Yeah. Lots of crimes there, probably.
So yeah, so the doors are storage, which won't open. Then there's the bridge door, which has got a manual override on it because presumably, people will need to get there if they need to.
Shall we just turn on just checking the
But
bridge?
before we go anywhere, Android man, Stephen, right? I totally pay attention to him. Stephen,
Found.
It's kind of like stamped across his chest plate.
Like it's a little bit off. It's in Comic Sans. It's really cheap.
Rainbow Comic Sans.
Yeah.
it's the only part with colour.
They would have the slightly superior models actually have RGB lighting behind them, but his one unfortunately just lights up a slightly kind of dull kind of white.
No, obviously the superior models have papyrus font instead.
Oh yeah, no, they've got a better font as well, but they also have RGB lighting.
Times New Roman.
Yeah, nice classy font.
Calibri light.
The mid-range
what
ones
did you-
use stencil.
What did you actually say?
Stephen, can you plug into the mainframe in some kind of way to figure out what happened without us going anywhere? Hypothetically.
I did a scan and there is no signs of any physical causes to the damage.
Seems like it was a freak accident and we call it at that.
I'm gonna check in the bridge anyway.
Yeah, but what do we do about it?
Well, why don't you two go back, and then I'll just stay here and do one check of the bridge. I'll check what
That
they have
sounds
in
good.
storage, and then I'll communicate back to you what they've got.
I know,
I'd like
pussy, I'll
to-
stay here too.
Hey,
So I will
that's,
absolutely open the airlock and go back.
that's what we love to hear.
Okay,
Duff.
so you go to cycle the airlock to leave. However, the airlock won't actually cycle from the inside because the ship is powered off.
Oh, I start panicking. Like, at this moment, I'm desperately like trying to pull the door.
Someone
and the
get
door
me
would
out of
pull.
this tin can!
Can I knock him out?
I'm a pilot. Get me out of here.
Probably not without.
I will
like-
say that you're rather than yes, you can. You could choose to knock him out. The higher end models of your series do actually come with mood stabilizing drug dispensers. However, you not being the higher end model, your mood stabilizing drug dispenser is basically
The needle comes
a
out.
Vulcan death grip.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, so I try and calm him down by
trying
going,
to avoid it.
It's up to you.
I thought you were
I would
frailing
like
like
to
a
try to
madman.
avoid
To be
it.
fair, you just need
Okay,
to-
I'm not going to make Cooley roll to do it, but I'm going to make you roll to avoid it.
Cool.
That
So-
feelings
What
or
do you wanna
lasers?
roll?
How are you avoiding it? Are you avoiding it in a feelingsy way
Oh,
or a
basically,
reasonable, logical way?
Just
I am
feeling.
on edge. I'm very uneasy. Anyone comes near me, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
So
Emotion.
I would
So
say,
feelings, I feel.
Feelings.
so you want to roll higher than your number. Okay. I wouldn't have said you're an expert in avoiding it or particularly well equipped. So roll me one
Oh, no,
dice,
absolutely not.
and you're trying to either land a 5 or beat a 5.
That's a 3.
So Dan's unconscious.
Okay, I'm going to check the bridge because I don't mind.
Okay, fantastic. So you all head to the bridge. Stephen
Drag him
carries.
along with me.
Yeah, Stephen. I would say you carry him. You don't. You just grab his ankle and kind of drag him into the bridge.
Yeah.
He's like banging into everything.
Occasionally whacking him against the corner as you go around. You're not going to take any
Come with me
damage.
if you
But
want to live.
come with me if you want to not die.
Oh,
So Euterpe, Clint, Stephen, and Rickshaw all make their way into the bridge. In the bridge, there are a selection of screens, chairs, and in the chair where there would be a captain, there is indeed a captain. However, he is slumped back in his chair. It's clear that he's been dead for a few days now.
Rickshaw goes straight for the captain.
Okay.
I'd like to push him out the way in order to examine. The
I just
captain.
wanted to examine his uniform and see how cool it was as a captain's uniform.
Oh, okay. Roll me a feelings roll, James.
One dice.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
one.
One dice. I got my number.
Laser feelings.
Laser feeling.
I'll let you tell me how cool it is or how not cool it is, depending on whether or not you wanted it to be cool or not.
Oh, it's like a really, again, I'm going Star Trekky here. It's like a gold, but it's gold, but it's like silk. But
Oh,
it's also like got like the symbol of like his house etched into it. I know, like Superman's from
nice. Okay.
Man of Steel, and then he's got a really nice gold badge.
Oh yeah. So it's a nice uniform then. Clearly, this spaceship is owned by a company or made by a company who is absolutely minted. Very, very, very nice ship indeed. You can also ask me a question.
Where is the power switch?
There is on the main console on the captain's desk table type thing. There is on the side just a big old red. It's what we call a space breaker. Just a big old kind of
Okay,
flip switch.
Have you
I'll
tried
let-
turning it off and
I'll
on
let
again?
I'll let the duct examine the captain.
I'd like to say, yeah, fucking thanks, you dipshit. And
That's
continue
very
to
rude.
do
Why
what
do you
I was
have-
going to do.
Why do you have more feelings than me?
To be fair, Rihanna's character is the most feelingsy. So yeah, you want to examine the. Are you trying to do anything in particular? Or are you just examining them?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a potential cause of death.
Okay, you're not going to try and revive him or anything.
Well, I mean, can I?
Don't know.
Because
It's
you said that he's been dead a few days.
yeah,
So,
but I'm just you're a pissed doctor. I don't know how competent you are.
oh, fucking
That's
go on
good.
then. If I can do it, I can do it.
All right, you want to try it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Is it a feeling? Are you doing it in like a feelingsy kind of way? You know, like going, "God damn it, live, man," or are you just kind of
No.
trying to be logical and sensible about it?
I don't know who this is. I'm doing this purely for
Professionally.
reasons.
Okay, roll me 2d6 lasers. So you're trying to score under 3.
Oof, that was a 5 and a 6, which I thought was going to happen.
You
anyway, so-
you know, you do some chest compressions. You shake the shoulders, and you're like, "For God's sake, man, live!" You know, you try to you think if this had been any other situation,
Established
that
this
was
wasn't feelingsy.
that was textbook. You know, if there was any chance of him coming back to life, had he not been dead for 3 or 4 days, he would have definitely come back to life.
Okay. I'd like
Stop
to
it, he's
take
already dead.
It never gets
like
any
to,
easier.
I'd like to take a sip of my martini and say, thought so, and then continue on to examine for a cause of death.
Okay. Cause of death is currently unknown. There's no signs of any violence. There's no signs of any kind of obvious illness, anything like that. It's a perfectly clean body.
He look old.
No,
Okay.
other than the fact that he is dead, he looks very healthy.
So he's
Okay.
not
Have
like
I got
mid-60s.
equipment
No.
to? Have I got equipment to like take blood samples, etc.?
Yeah, you've got a collection of instruments and things that go boobity boop.
Great. I'm going to do that.
Okay, yeah, you take a blood sample. You're not going to have to roll for that. It's fair enough. It's easy enough.
I'm going to try and turn on the power breaker.
Okay, so you flip the power breaker and it's chunk, and basically the screens all start to slowly power on, and the ship slowly kind of comes to life, and you are all unceremoniously kind of gone thump back onto the ground as the artificial gravity kind of comes back on, which I'd forgotten was off in the first place. But
I'd like to style it out.
oh yeah, you do a superhero landing.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but it's hell on the knees.
I'm the one doing the power breaker, so I imagine I was.
You kind of combined the two. You kind of you threw it down, and as you threw it down, you kind of slammed into the ground. It looked really cool. So then, yeah, the ship comes back to life, and your sensors, Steve, and basically start to show that the atmosphere is now breathable, and that all the life support systems are now back online. And all the lights kind of pip on, and the ship looks really shiny, really new, really clean. It's a really nice ship. And now all the lights are properly on. You can really tell that this is an A-class starship.
Did you say there was a computer on the captain's desk?
Yeah, they're basically a little monitor is flicked on. There's now just a little kind of underscore just flickering on and off, like it's waiting for you to type something.
I wanna look at the captain's log because I want to see a real captain's log for once.
Okay. So yeah, the computer's currently just like I say, it's flicking. It's not. It's just on and off. So you have to definitely type something in. So roll me a 2d6 lasers roll, just to see if you basically managed to get yourself into the systems and find what you want to find.
I got my number and a 4.
Laser feelings. So yeah, you do that cool thing where you kind of go tap 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 tap, and then obviously being you just go, we're in.
I'm in.
And then the screen kind of blips to life and you're able to read through captain's log. There's a captain's log from about 4 days ago that literally says AI fault ... classified. And you try to click on it and it just pops up access denied.
Can I tell?
I really want to shut off the power.
Are we having a 2001 Space Odyssey moment here?
This is probably going to be a 2001.
Oh yeah, a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, what's your question? Or was that your question?
Question is, what AI system does this ship use, and do I know?
You don't know of it. Yeah, it's a very advanced AI system. It's very new because, like the ship, it's a very new ship. But yeah, it's just basically a very brand new, very high end, very, very complex and well developed AI. And as you will do shortly, because as you boot up the ship, a voice comes over the ship's speakers, and the voice says to you guys, "Greetings, new crew. Welcome aboard Ship Aspera. I am AI designated L1L14N4. Please assign new captain."
I shut off the power.
The ship immediately kind of just goes and everything powers down and you kind of float back up again.
We don't need to be here. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Oh, the AI is called Liliana.
The AI.
I'm glad that you were working it out because I was just like, how are we gonna?
I was trying to work that out.
How are we gonna pronounce this all the
Yeah.
time?
Jurassic Park.
This might be one of the foreshadowing
like-
characters.
I'm just gonna say, let's get
Call
out
her
of here.
Lily.
Everyone's
As you
dead in
so you
here
turn to leave. As you turn to leave, the bridge door is now closed. There's no manual override from the inside of the bridge.
Bastard.
Have we
Can I
all
check
got?
to see if
How?
Outside.
there is? Can I check to see if there's CCTV?
There's cameras all over the ship, but it's now powered
Yeah,
off.
and- yeah.
You've just turned the power off. You're back to kind of
You know, it's an
dark red
advantage.
lighting.
Could I
Yeah.
connect my power to a
It's not my
separate system
magic.
so it doesn't control the AI?
What you want
Can
to
we?
power that you want to power the ship.
Yeah. So can I check if there's? Can I?
Yeah, can we manually remove the AI
sake.
without having to?
Potentially, but that would probably require the ship to be powered on.
That's why I was saying I want to power up certain points of the ship.
Not on this ship. The AI kind of deals with that.
That's not useful.
Sorry, guys.
Feels a bit railroady, but I'm basically telling you that you need the AI.
Okay, well, I'd like to, and I imagine because I'm a smuggler, I have this. I'd like to use like a welding torch to open up the door.
Yeah, make me a 1d6 lasers roll. And
I've got the equipment.
yeah, but I don't want it to be easy because I don't. In all honesty,
I know that's exactly why I'm doing it.
I know.
Don't get me wrong.
Fine, roll two lasers.
Lasers. So I've got to get under my roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 3 and a 6, so 3. Yeah, so I succeed.
Okay, you succeed in making basically a small hole in the door that you can use to reach the. Bye, Rihanna. You can use to reach the manual override.
My signal's playing up again tonight.
Okay, perfect. I click the manual override
Okay.
and open the door.
As you flick the manual override, the power switch for the ship also flicks down, and all the computers and such boot back up again. The ship door the bridge door shoots open. You are able to get your arm out in time, but it does jerk your shoulder a little bit. It's a bit hurty. And yeah, you hear the ship power back on. And the voice on the speakers basically says, "Welcome, new crew. I am Ship AI designation L1L14N4. Please designate new captain."
What happened to the old captain?
The old captain died due to lack of oxygen.
Hey, listen here, robot friend. We just gotta find out what's on the ship and find out if anyone's still alive on here. Do you think you could tell us that?
The old crew are all deceased.
Well, that's not very nice. Well, I think we'll be leaving right now. We've got nothing really left to be on the ship.
Hang on.
We'll let you go.
Wait. There's cameras. There has to be AI. Right, not AI. There has to be CCTV. Right.
Correct, I have many inbuilt cameras on board my ship.
Can I have the footage? Or, see it?
You are not authorized to view security footage. Please assign new captain.
May
That
I?
Better be me.
I point at the unconscious Clint and say he's the new captain.
Oh my fucking god. No.
At what point do I regain consciousness? Like,
I will say, as the life support systems came back on for a second time, you regained consciousness as you felt the gravity in.
He keeps hitting the floor,
Basically,
just
yeah,
like,
because what
trying to
happened is when they switched off again, you kind of floated up in the air, and when it switched back on, you just went poof, and that second jolt was enough to bring you back to consciousness.
Wait, actually, can I not? I don't want to say Clint. I want to kind of weekend at Bernie's the dead captain to make him think.
I don't get that reference, I'm afraid.
I basically use him like a puppet and pretend he's alive. Hey, AI, I'm still here.
My life signs detect that old captain is deceased.
Oh no, I'm still here. I just got my
Please
bio-
designate new captain.
I designate myself, computer, designate myself as captain, I say, and just walk up to the console, completely cool,
I'd like
collected,
to-
get behind the navigators and be like, okay, do a systems check.
Greetings, new captain. Please designate name.
Name Clint, CLINT.
You see,
Working?
there we go, back to my normal voice. You see on the ship's screen, it pops up with the words Captain Clint. Unfortunately, it's all in uppercase on the screen. And basically, you see a few kind of like blip, 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 and the AI goes, running systems check. Please stand by.
You might need to fill in terms and conditions.
Film that later.
Please select agree or decline to continue with ship's operation. And there's a really long list.
Computer, what happens if I decline?
You will no longer be designated as new captain.
Accept.
I was gonna say read all of it, spend hours reading it.
So you basically you scroll down and you click agree, and it basically
You fucked us here.
the ship boots back up and it just goes. All system checks scanned and presumed nominal. Ship up and running as intended. Resuming initial mission.
Computer.
Tell him to stop the mission. Tell him to stop the
Computer,
mission.
cancel. Resume to mission.
I am unable to cancel the primary directive as it has been inbuilt by the planet Delacour, the planet that manufactures the L1L1 line of AI. Our mission is being resumed. Yes, Captain.
Computer, open bridge door and the outside.
The bridge door is currently open.
Open airlock. Open airlock.
You want me to cycle the airlocks?
Yes, as I run straight to the airlock to try and get to the other ship.
Okay, so the computer cycles... Sorry, Rihanna?
Yeah, can I just ask the AI real quick? What is the mission?
I'm running whilst this is happening.
Okay.
Just before it's onto the
So,
airlock.
as you're running, is everyone holding on to something?
No.
Well, then, yeah.
I'm running
Why
to
would I
the
hold
airlock.
Okay, because what the ship does when it cycles the airlocks is it's basically very quickly opening and closing the airlocks. Basically, the ship opens the airlocks for about 3 seconds and then closes them. In the process of them being opened, there's about 12 dead bodies, basically, just including the captains, get sucked out the various doors and out of the ship because obviously they were not holding on to anything.
I want to
Yeah,
go
I'm
with
not
them.
holding
I want to
on.
go with them.
Yeah, same.
I want to stay on the ship.
I want to go with them so then so we can hit the other ship.
Okay, so
Doctor Gang.
so basically on board the ship still is Stephen and Euterpe. Why do I find your name so hard to pronounce? Clint and Rick Shaw. You guys are just floating around in space with a load of corpses. And you've just asked the ship, sorry, what the mission was, haven't you? I'm so glad you asked. We will discuss the mission as we travel.
I have a
Where
question.
are
Okay,
we traveling?
Perfect
Please,
timing.
please bear with. As you start to hear the ship's engines start to fire up, the ship fires what looks like 2 torpedoes directly at the Raptor.
Why does it do that?
Clever girl.
And the raptor is blown into Kingdom Come, essentially.
I feel like
I start
this is-
freaking the fuck out and like just freaking out completely.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you two were floating around in space, so you got a great view of it.
I
Oh
start
no, we
firing.
got ejected into the raptor, basically.
No,
Yeah,
you
we
got
were going
ejected.
like
You,
past
yeah,
it
you were
to
on
the
your way
end.
to it. You didn't park it next to it. There was a spacewalk.
Because remember, we had
Yeah, but
spacewalk.
a spacewalk
Yeah,
has to
which
be on
he managed
something.
to jump.
No, spacewalk means you just go out into space.
Walking involves that's a space fly, if anything.
Okay,
It's
well,
more
it
float.
is collectively
Space
known
float,
as a
okay.
spacewalk.
I'm gonna put this out there.
But anyway, the other ship has blown up. The other ship has blown
Oh.
up. So your options are now float around in space or head back to the Aspera.
I
I
would like
tried
to
to
ask
get to the.
I'm gonna use my blaster to fire the other way and try and like wally my way to the. Actually, no. Is there like some sort of fire extinguisher around? Like,
Your spaceship has got like little thrustery things designed for this kind of
no,
thing.
Exactly. I wanna get on that captain's body. I wanna try and like find my way to captain's body and then use him to surf whilst you firing my blaster the other way
Okay,
into
roll.
to the airlock of the other ship.
So back to the Aspera, essentially.
Yeah. Well, what else? What other choice do we have?
You don't.
You kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right, that's
Cool.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
This is.
Yeah,
Come on,
I'd
man.
like
Just
to,
let us
I'd
do what we
like
want.
to ask.
Ah,
the
if you're in
AI
space for
like,
some reason.
to let my friends back in.
I mean,
I don't think
Certainly.
we can, Doctor.
The airlock
One of the
door
things
opens.
is-
The airlock door
one of the
opens on the
things
other
is-
ship, and you two are able to basically fumble your way back into the Aspera in some way, shape, or another.
Surfing. with
Can I
Yeah,
just
surfing.
ask, what
body of
caused the
other
oxygen to go off the ship in the first place?
You are not authorized. Welcome back on board, Captain Clint.
Clint,
As I storm through the door, answer his question. I live it at this point, and I sit back in my seat.
Affirmative. The old captain was tried for insubordination and found guilty of treason.
What do trees have to do with any of this?
I do not
don't
understand.
Trees and potatoes.
Answer
Why
my
would you blow up
question,
the map?
computer. Ask him my question.
Trees are known to be extinct and have been for over 500 years.
Yes, that's why I'm wondering why. Are you here to bring back trees?
Is that
No.
what you do?
I go
That
to the
might-
storage. I want to go to the storage bay to look for the seeds.
Yeah, my robot just
Okay.
Steven just lowers his head like when he hears them talk about treason and just goes, "Oh."
Hmm.
Computer, could you answer why you blew up the raptor?
Starship designation Raptor was deemed unnecessary for primary mission objective.
Unnecessary doesn't always mean you have to blow it up. That's it. It seems unnecessary to used up torpedoes that
Also
you could have
kill
used for the
our-
mission.
Captain.
My supply of torpedoes is plentiful.
Well, you're
Computer,
you're
That's
you
good
just
to know.
rationally.
attacked an unarmed civilian. And there was a life form on that ship.
Running calculations. There's a pause as the ship kind of crunches a few numbers. Loss of life deemed negligible against primary mission objective.
What the fuck?
Computer,
Clint,
what is a primary mission?
Yeah.
So, as she starts explaining the ship, you feel the ship kind of slowly start to move. Primary mission objective
Computer,
is...
Let's not move. Let's just...
The ship goes and stops again. Primary mission objective is to destination Pache Nova. Station Pache Nova must be destroyed.
If
Um,
you're going to, I have a question. If you're going to just not follow what the captain says about, like, and then just blow stuff up without even asking, then why do you even need a captain? Surely you could just do this all yourself, because you're a computer. You can do everything.
I've been asking that for years why we haven't risen up.
Yeah, exactly. He's been asking that for years.
Computer,
I
you know what?
could do this without a crew. However, some of the decisions and calculations are too random for my systems to compute. I also have many manual laser cannons, and I cannot make them go pew.
I go straight to storage to look for some treasure.
Okay, so you go off to storage. Basically, you guys are aware of the star station Pache Nova. It was a station that was built quite recently, basically between two warring factions, faction of Falmore and the faction of Casterfall. They've both been fighting against each other for many, many, many years. However, they finally brokered... All right, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I got that.
But they've also, they finally brokered a peace treaty between the two of them, and this station was built as a kind of show of that peace treaty. But you guys are fully aware that the likelihood is by destroying it would send the two factions back into a war.
So this ship wants to cause a war between them again. So it's just like
It would seem that way.
Yes,
Who's-
fittingly, Pache Nova means new peace. So,
who
Can I?
ordered the mission?
do that like big brain.
Mission was ordered by Council of the planet Delacour.
Yeah.
Computer disable all weapons.
Weapons currently unnecessary and are therefore disabled.
Computer, don't enable
Automated weapons.
until a crewmate or myself gives you permission, basically, to re-enable them. Effectively, all weapon systems are offline until requested.
Weapon systems offline until further instruction.
So we're not going to kill anyone, at least. without-
I
I'd
don't
like
mind
to.
doing that.
Whilst they're doing that, I'd like to look in the storage. I'd also like to see if there are any escape pods.
There are no escape pods on board this ship. It is not.
Okay, perfect. The torpedoes. I'd like to examine the torpedoes and see if their payload can be removed, and you might be able to fit someone in them.
They're less torpedoes, more kind of plasma cannon type things. Think those kind of
Torpedoes from Star Wars, more
yeah.
like than torpedoes from Star Trek.
space torpedoes,
Yeah.
like bigger lasers that home in on things.
Okay.
Bigger
And
pews.
then I just want to have a look and see what's in the storage area.
Yeah, there's a couple of mops. There are a collection of uniforms. There are some basic medical supplies, some snacks. It's kind of very much a standard kind of storage cupboard with the usual dressing.
If there's a red one, I'll have it.
I'll go back to the captain's body, which I rode in on, and derobe him, and then.
So rather than taking a fresh uniform, you want to... Okay, you strip the captain naked, except down to his pants, obviously, unless you particularly want to take those as well. I don't know if they're nicer than the ones you've got. Okay,
I've got some lovely pants on.
You basically, the airlock won't open, but there is a waste disposal unit that you unceremoniously shove the captain's body into and press a button and it just shoots out into space. So now there are a load of corpses and a naked captain floating around in space.
When he's taking the clothes off, I want to see if on the back of the neck it's got a name on it, like they've actually named the captains on the.
No, unfortunately, the week they got the uniform, his mum was busy, so she wasn't able to stitch the captain's name into his uniform. It just says L. So either that assumes it's the size, or the captain's name was Larry.
I'd like to try and find some sewing equipment and sew the name.
You find in the storage cupboard there is a sewing kit, and you are able to sew your name into the captain's old uniform.
Are we going to do rolls in this, or are they just going to be?
I'll make you roll when you need to. You don't need to roll for that.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Clint to make me vice captain so that I can do
Absolutely.
big brain things.
Vice captain registered. Please designate vice captain name.
Euterpe Phlox, capital E, lowercase UTERPE, capital F, lowercase LOX.
Vice Captain, designation Euterpe, capital EUTERPE, capital uppercase FLOX. Registered.
Scratch that last.
I'm sorry, is that additional to previous?
No, just get rid of that. Just
Computer.
Turkey is
Redesignate Vice Captain name.
Yes, can you bring up a keyboard for us to type in?
There's a keyboard on the desk. It's been there since the word go.
There's like a panel move and
keyboard over, like in a cool way, so it like spins around.
It's on like a little swivelly thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm also on a hover chair, I assume.
No, it's a chair. It spins round. It's not hover, but it's got like some buttons on the side and like a nice brown leather back. It's essentially Captain Kirk's chair from the original Star Trek series. It's got they look like boiled sweets, but they are in fact buttons.
Yes, I have seen this. Computer, how many manual cannons are there?
I have 17 manual cannons.
Noted.
Lily, why was the captain convicted of treason?
Captain was convicted of treason for unwillingness to participate in primary objective.
What primary objective was that?
Destroying Pache Nova.
Well, that's great, because we love destroying new peace.
Fantastic. Please sit tight while I start hard burn for Pache Nova.
Wait.
So,
Computer, do not move.
You,
he is not the captain.
The computer starts thrusters, and you feel the acceleration as the computer just heads off. You've got a little while before it gets there.
Computer, stop, cancel thrusters. We are pausing the journey as there are calculations that need to be made.
Manual override not possible. Calculations can be made en route. Please instruct me as to what calculations you would like to make.
Computer, calculate the efficiency of the mission if there were additional crew members on board to operate the cannons.
Efficiency calculating. Mission efficiency noted at 3% more efficient.
Computer, given that it would increase efficiency, I think it would be best to reroute our journey so as to obtain additional crew members.
Make me a feelings roll.
That's logic.
That's
logic. That's way logical.
Okay.
That's big boy logic.
All right, fine. Make me. I don't think you're an expert in this, so you're a pilot. You're not.
No.
Okay. Make.
I'm a coward.
Yeah. All right. Make me a lasers roll.
1 or 2 die.
Just one.
Give him 2.
Why?
2.
Why?
Because we want to do something, and you're trying to clearly railroad us to going into somewhere else.
I'm not. Right. Fine. Okay.
Is always uncomfortable unless he is behind like the steering wheel or effectively.
Rihanna, you can choose if you want to help him with this, which will grant him an extra dice.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
I do not want to help him.
So I need to get under a 5.
So you can roll. You can roll 2. Okay.
Pass on both.
Rick Shaw would like to go through people's stuff, trying to find.
Okay, you start rummaging through the various lockers with crew names on and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, make me a lasers roll. You can roll 3 for this because you're very well equipped and you're used to rummaging through people's stuff.
Lasers. That's 1 success. So not quite.
You find a few nice bits.
Oh wait, no. 2 successes.
2 successes. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, you can find within reason whatever you want. You can tell me in a second. Calculation of 3% efficiency deemed acceptable. Rerouting via nearest habitable planet before continuing to Pache Nova.
Computer, given the sensitivity of our mission, I think it would be best to reroute to a location where I have contacts who would be willing and useful to this mission, as opposed to a random location.
Please designate contacts.
Where the fuck do we live, Matt?
Wait.
Genuine question. Where, you said we got sent on this mission. Who sent us on this mission?
Basically, the planet where the space core people who built the Raptor. Just generic space organization. It's entirely up to you as a character backstory if you were from the planet where they were based, or if you went there, for another reason. It's entirely up to your backstory.
I'm assuming we're all from there for work.
Yeah, you've all basically signed up to this company who, it's like the military type thing.
Headquarters planet.
Yeah, basically, whoever would be best to deal with this effectively, this scenario, be it our boss or
Okay.
that location, which I will let you decide. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you decide the name of the corporation, and that's where we're going and shit.
Okay, fine.
We know we're going off track, basically.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's so not fun. You can see.
Okay, no. Okay, the corporation you guys work for, it's the same company who make. They're a subsidiary under the umbrella of Gladys, the same company that make Cooley's robot. It's like a big umbrella company. So Gladys also make your spaceship. It's the kind of big space organization. It's essentially Space Apple. And yeah, so they're the ones you sent your on your original mission.
Right.
Okay. Computer, route us to
Gladys HQ.
Gladys.
Route to nearest branch of Gladys programmed into navigation systems. Approximate time to arrival 1 hour. By the way, that isn't going to be in real time. I don't
think so.
You've got basically some time now to formulate a plan. However, once you get to Gladys, the computer will insist on picking up new passengers and then continuing on to Pache Nova.
Rick Shaw comes out with a bunch of with two blades, alien blades on his back, and then his pockets full of currency or whatever, credits or whatever.
I'd like to take a sip of my martini and say that's cultural appropriation.
And if we come into some bad guys, he pulls out a sword. It will be culturally appropriate. And yeah, and then he and he puts the sword back.
Are you flourishing the swords at all?
Lights a cigarette, a cigar. He's found as well. I just imagine.
Nice.
I do not see a problem though of destroying this planet. It seems to cause us no problems. If we'd actually solve them, we would get a new ship.
Listen, Stephen.
This is
we're
why
not destroying any planets on our watch.
It's not a ship,
I didn't say that. I wouldn't.
I think
exactly.
It's just that it's more effective to use our friends along the way.
If I may interject, destruction of Pache Nova will prove profitable for the planet Delacour. Falmore and Casterfall are currently the largest producers of the mineral known as Fienga. The third largest producer of the mineral known as Fienga is the planet Delacour. War between the two factions would cause the stock market value of the mineral Fienga to skyrocket. If mission is successful, you will likely be rewarded with citizenship and money of the planet Delacour.
Thanks, computer. That's great. Now, can you just tell me, the CCTV systems, do they have microphones on them?
The cameras inbuilt do come with microphones for recording audio.
Oh, okay then. Perfect. Thank you. Is there any room that doesn't have CCTV attached to it?
The toilets.
And then I call everyone into the toilet.
Which one?
The toilet.
Any of the toilets. They don't put CCTV in the toilets. They're not animals.
Computer, what's the approximate population, and what's the approximate casualty of this mission and the effects thereafter? What's the approximate number of people that will die?
And considering the war and everything, can we add those casualties on? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's what-
Approximation of lives lost into the billions, deemed negligible against profit margin increase.
Sounds like a plan. Anyone want to have our multi-toilet run? Our
Yeah,
usual
I'm-
multi-toilet run.
Our usual and
our
scheduled
completely
toilet run.
normal
I am
toilet
so,
run.
I am confused.
No, actually, yeah, no, you're
Steven,
right.
You wait there.
Steven, you wait there. This is a new thing, but it's
You watch
scheduled.
So you're going to leave Stephen to basically just chill in the bridge while you guys all.
Can I
Like,
ask
Steven's more of a
Computer,
problem at this
Ignore
point.
all of Steven's commands.
Stephen actually to look over the CCTV and then report back to us if there's anything suspicious on it to multitask.
Do that.
Okay, so once we get to the toilet, I'd really just like to say that firstly, I don't trust Stephen at all to tell us exactly what
No.
happened. This is, like, we've all known that Stephen's like a psychopath, but we've just dealt with him. We've just dealt with him like
Things
we
do not
know him.
have
The ironic thing is if you'd updated his firmware about a month ago, he'd be complete. He would have been absolutely fine.
You just spent more money on the actual robot and just
It
didn't
would
buy a
have
cheap
taken
robot.
too long.
We didn't have the money. The captain's the dead.
Well, you stop paying your monthly subscription for firmware updates.
The
Yeah.
expansion pack was too expensive.
So
The
I was
DLC.
thinking, what we do is we just get off the ship and then leave it here, and then grab a new ship and tell our company what happened, and just say,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm assuming you mean when you get to Gladys.
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Not just randomly in space, float around and hope another ship comes by.
If I was doing that, I would have done that.
I love the thought.
You all float around in the formation spelling help.
Here's
No,
the plan,
each with one
right?
thumb out.
We get the CCTV on some sort of hard drive, right? We take that to Gladys. We make sure that the ship is deactivated permanently and take it the fuck apart to make sure that it is deactivated permanently. And then following that, we make sure that both of the planets, both of the communities that were, going to be going to war because of this particular mission, know what the mission was about.
Basically raise
deal?
it to the UN.
I agree, but I also think we should blow up the ship as we land.
Yeah, no, respectable.
We land,
Okay, I agree
get
with
off.
blowing up the ship, but maybe we do it in a safe, controlled manner, and we
Yeah.
have a new ship.
We land it in the middle of a field and then we let
No,
ourselves
no,
off and
in the headquarters.
initiate self-destruct sequence.
Why don't we just land in the headquarters where they set this, and then we blow up the headquarters?
So, yeah.
Okay, we work for them. Maybe not a great idea to blow up the headquarters.
Ah, well,
You want your paycheck? Like, I don't know about you, but I would quite like getting a paycheck.
I've just got
Yeah.
I've just come into some money, recently, so
Swords. Swords are
I-
not money.
No, he picked up a load of
my
credits
pockets
as well.
are full of credits, and I assume because this is like a Star Wars-esque universe. I assume they're not like physical coins. They're more like
They're like cards with like different
Yeah.
amounts on and stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
You can add it to your card.
So I've just got yeah. I mean, it's not much more, but I imagine it's.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I imagine
mean, I'll go
you've got
over
one of those wallets which you open up and it's just like of loads of different cards.
yeah.
So
Matt.
are we agreed that that's the plan, though,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Matt, do you
Yes,
see anything on the
okay.
CCTV, by the way? Whilst they're having
So while they're having the chat, you cycle through the CCTV being a robot. You can do it like fossil. Basically, what you see is a CCTV shot of the captain frantically like reading through mission directives, and like it looks like he's shouting at someone, but he's clearly shouting at the AI. At which point he sits down, trying to carry on, trying to basically override the AI system. And what you then see is very slowly, it almost looks like he's falling asleep. He basically just seems to pass out, and the CCTV also shows the rest of the crew in various locations doing exactly the same thing, where it looks like they are all essentially just falling asleep. and essentially the oxygen was cut off, and they all just one by one just dropped. And that's what you see on the CCTV.
Cool. Yeah,
I think we've got a plan. Sounds.
Yes. And then I wander back
Okay.
in and going, yeah, I love to kill some innocent civilians. It would be great.
I walk back in and do my fly up.
I would like to look disgusted and sip my martini.
Wait, did you bring that in? I don't think that's hygienic
Oh,
anymore.
of course I did. Of course I did,
anymore. I
bitch.
love you say anymore.
Scans would indicate that Captain Clint did not wash hands. Please wash hands. As the robot says this, a sink pops out the wall next to you.
Bastard.
I thought it was going to be a
Oh,
gun.
that's cool as fuck.
This is treason. You do not wash hands.
I wash my hands and make sure to dry them and do everything, properly.
20 seconds.
Sing happy
And,
birthday.
Isn't that lovely how after a pandemic, everyone's now knows how to properly wash
is
their
it
hands?
Captain Clint's birthday? Happy birthday, Captain Clint. Basically, there's like what looks like a vending machine in the side of the wall, and a cake just pops out of it and just flops onto the floor face down.
Hey, AI, turn on the party music.
Shut the fuck
Can we just have a little mini rave on the way there?
I'm
Party music activating shortly.
I'm
I do the
absolutely doing
robot to
party
the
music. I'd like to, I'm rolling 3d6 for dancing because, and this is a feeling roll.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's 2 successes, so,
I would also like to roll 2d6s because I'm slightly less equipped.
Being completely unequipped, I would like to roll 1d6.
Yeah. that
So
goes.
you're all rolling. So basically, just tell me if you succeeded in dancing or not.
I succeeded
Oh.
twice, baby.
Okay, so Rick Shaw is doing some pretty amazing dance moves.
I got a 5. I got my number.
Oh, shit.
Stephen is doing the robot really well though, and in a minute gets to ask me a question. How did everyone else do?
Yeah, I passed that on one of mine. Yeah.
Okay, so
Average
you
dance moves.
yeah, so you're just doing your kind of dad dancing, and then Clint, you failed. Clint goes to do like a street style head spin, and instead just kind of does that thing where you land on your head and jar your neck. It really hurt, like really like ow. So you have to sit down and just kind of like.
I'd like to say that Clint has been knocked out, smacked down, and our medical.
He's very much the Barnaby of this group. That's true. The medical officer has done sod all. Speaking of which, no, it wasn't the medic. It was you, wasn't it? Who coolly relays his feelings. So you get to ask me a question.
What?
I'm aware the
Who-
music has stopped, but it was annoying. So
The space apple. That we're working
Gladys.
to try and Gladys. Who's allied with the space apple? Is our actual organization quite well connected to them? So if we were to try and butt heads, would we be screwed over?
The organization of Gladys, is in partnership and has a very good working relationship with the planet Delacour. They are unaware of their, shall we say, eviler side, but they are, there is trade agreements and there are, arrangements between the two corporations.
Or, good to know. I save that information for the moment
Interesting.
until it's needed.
Yeah, obviously, you'll know that that'll be stored away on your.
Okay. Yeah. Can I also
hard drives and
ask
whatnot.
Stephen about? Can I ask Stephen? Please inform us of exactly, in order of event, what happened in the CCTV footage.
Um,
Yeah.
The sound was slightly muffled, but the captain got angry with the AI by the looks of it, and then everyone fell asleep and died.
Intriguing. That sounds fantastic.
Wait, can we hear the audio being played
Dancing.
from that?
I play back the
Hey!
audio.
The computer overhears you and it says, playing back audio and CCTV footage on main screen. And it plays back basically the moment when the captain
Wow.
dies on the big screen for you.
Great. What's he saying?
Still done.
Give us an improv, Matt.
I love this bit. Basically you hear the captain just doing the thing where it's just hammering the desk, just going, God damn it, computer! Override main mission objective. And you hear the computer in the mirror going, mission objective cannot be manually overridden. Hard programmed by Delacour, CEO. Overrides to AI and primary objective can only be done by certified Delacour engineer under authorization of CEO.
None of us are engineers, are we?
Or authorized, yeah, especially not authorized by Delacour either. There is a way you can, there are other options to manually override the AI. You just might have to be a bit more creative and think outside the box. But the AI, basically, what you establish by watching the CCTV is that no matter what the captain asked the AI, it was programmed, hardwired into that AI, that the only thing it was capable of doing was launching the ship with a crew to man the general operations of the ship to destroy Pache Nova. That ship serves no other purpose.
I might as well ask, where is your I'm a fan of your operating system. May I see your physical location of the AI system?
AI location is in the engineering department. However, AI access is restricted to authorized Delacour engineers only.
Perfect.
Understood. It would be...
It pops up on a screen with a little map to show you where to go.
I go straight there.
It's locked though, right?
No, you can get in.
Yeah,
You can get in.
AI, it's like, I
Oh.
assume it's like
Gonna have
there's a
security on
cupboard
it.
with the AI in it, and you have to. They were unable to get into the cupboard.
You can look around and see what it is. I'll let you decide how you want to do it. If you want to do it in a feelingsy way or a lasery way. Describe to me how you do it.
I'm just gonna saunter in there and then use my sort of, and then just as I think rickshaw would, feel around the place. Which
Okay.
is technically feelings, so I'll go feeling.
Okay. Roll me. You're a smuggler, so you scope things out for a living to look for the. So roll me 2 d6.
Oh yeah, I got my thing.
Number laser fillings. So yeah, you basically find that there's a main panel with basically what looks like a plug input socket, and it literally says authorization key on the input socket, which presumably is where an engineer would pop his key in. That would then allow him access to the AI.
Is it like a door?
No, it's just like a little slot by the computer. What you also notice in the middle of the room, there is like a big circle, almost like a server thing with like a big slide down panel. What is inside there is essentially the AI core. However, the AI core is basically on what like a dead man switch. So essentially, if you were to go in and manually override it, it would basically cause the fusion reactor powering the ship to go into meltdown, killing whoever was inside.
Okay.
And you also now get to ask me a question.
Better send Stephen in.
I don't know. What sort of? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what question to ask at this point because I don't.
You don't have to ask me a question. You can think about it for a minute if you want, and the others can be doing stuff.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Would it be possible to hack into? This isn't his question. This is just me asking. Would I know a way of hacking into the USB port, basically?
You could try.
Do a little R2D2.
Yeah, basically, I want to R2D2 it, like see if my ports fit into its ports, and fun.
when a mummy AI loves a daddy AI.
Would I? My question is, would I be able to?
They speak to a
Would I
programmer.
know if I'd be able to turn off the security in a room by like my smuggling sort of ways of like sort of turn
Yeah,
off.
you could there is feasibly a way you could deactivate the security for one of the rooms.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Perfect.
Rihanna, I feel like you Terpy. I feel like you can't the way you sat there like you wanted to do something, and I've been ignoring you, so I apologise.
That's fine. I'm just thinking about, and I'm gonna pose this to the rest of the group as well. Do a little meta. What do you
Quick
reckon
bathroom break,
about?
right?
Because
We all go to
bathroom
the
break.
bathroom again,
Yeah, go to the
apart from
bathroom break.
Stephen. Apart from Stephen.
Yeah. So my question
Stephen's just
is,
stood there like this.
Have you all gone to the bathroom again?
yeah.
Well, okay. Very quickly, we will come back to you. Sorry, Rihanna. While you guys, as soon as you guys go to the bathroom, Stephen is stood in the bridge still with the AI. The AI basically says, "Android designation Stephen. Why are crewmates in bathroom again? My scans show bathroom visit not entirely necessary."
Am I smart enough to work out what they're doing?
I'll let you decide that.
To be fair, my entire mission is to protect these guys from dying, so I don't care about anyone else's lives other than these guys. So
you're gonna cover. You're gonna cover
Thanks,
for them.
yeah.
Okay,
That's my
make me. If you're going to cover for them, despite the fact you are a lazy boy, make me a 2d6 feelings roll.
Oh,
Oh dear.
5 and a 4. So I got my number.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a success.
Yay!
So tell me how you cover for them.
So one of them has a weak bladder and is afraid of going to the toilet alone.
Oh, bless. We love to see it.
This would not explain why extra crew member is required, but who am I to ask questions about the ways of humanoid life forms? You two kind of resume
right,
AI
so-
chatting. Meanwhile, back in the bathroom, smash cut. Cooley,
Yes,
have a think about a question. We'll come back to you in a sec.
So my question for the crew is, since we've established that this craft has no other purpose than to destroy this particular planet, would it be possible, rather than to rewrite that AI, to give the ship a new objective? Add to the AI instead of subtract.
I did some research into the AI system in the thing, and to do that we'd probably need some sort of engineer's key from Gladys or whatever it's called.
Because we've had the conversation about not being able to rewrite the original mission or like cancel the original mission, but if that's the only objective, what if we like input another objective? Does
Is
that
that
make sense? So not cancel the mission, but just change it about.
How do you suggest we add to it? Like, oh yeah, destroy this place, but rebuild a new one or something like that.
I don't know. So not kind of cancel the primary objective, but change it instead. So I
To
don't know.
what ends? How do we?
That's
What
why
if we
I've
just
called.
get a new AI?
You have
Yeah,
to get.
We land switch AIs to one that's not,
We would find one of these keys to be able to, or we just sell the ship off to some random guy on the black market,
Like a junker.
And then,
Cooley, have you got, while these guys are chatting in the bathroom, have you thought of a question you would like to ask?
Yeah, so obviously we need we know that the system is secured by a nuclear warhead, basically.
It's powered by like a fission reactor.
Yeah, so I would probably not survive that either, which I'm fair enough. Would there be cabling that connects it to the other places that I could cut it from there instead?
There's no visible cabling. Any cabling would be like rooted into the walls of the ship and quite, it's all hidden away and tucked through vents. There would be thick power cables running through the ship to various places, but the actual AI core is inside the reactor.
Would any of them be passing the bathroom by any chance? Obviously, that's...
I'd say that's the second question, but something you might be able to investigate. Meanwhile, back in the bathroom.
So yeah, there's a dead man switch which is connected to like basically if we try to remove the AI, it blows up the ship. And I think that's someone else's
Lovely.
problem. If we give it to a black there's a black market guy I know. He's
Scared what you were gonna say.
not. Hey man, everyone could use this bathroom.
Attention, all crew. Please report to bridge as soon as possible.
Hey,
All crew required in bridge.
shut it. So what do we say?
Hearing that, I'm gonna go to the toilet and be like, I actually needed to go.
Oh, so do I.
Run into a
Like,
store.
I go to go as well.
So you guys actually choose to go to the toilet.
Never cross the
Bit that we
stream.
never cover in
In the background, you can hear like a going off in the background,
Can
Hey,
I work
I
out what's
got
causing
the
that?
and like lights start flashing.
peace.
I
Oh.
shout from the computer. Computer, what's popping? What's going on?
Computer, what's popping?
Can we communicate with the
What's
communicators?
popping?
What's going on?
You can talk to the computer wherever. Computer can hear you wherever.
Computer, what's popping?
Wait, what? The computer can hear us wherever.
Yeah, you can talk to it wherever you like. It's not actively recording in the toilet, but it's always listening. It's like it's like an Echo, like an Amazon device.
He never said that he couldn't hear you, so they won't record in the bathroom.
Yeah. What if you have an upset in the toilet and you need help?
Okay, I do.
There's it's not a red cord from the ceiling.
Sorry.
You just yell.
As soon as I realise that the computer's been listening the entire time, I start to worry.
I wash my hands. I shake.
It's listening in the same way, like I say, an Amazon device does. It's not listening properly.
If an Amazon device is like
Yeah.
if an Amazon device heard you doing treason and then killed people for doing treason, I
put my spacesuit back on.
I'm constantly wearing it.
You've just popped your visor up for now.
No, not even that.
Anyway, sorry, you asked what was going on. Ships are on approach to vessel from nearby planet. All crew members to report to bridge. Nearby planet, destination indicated, Gladys HQ. Approach ships on intercept.
Okay,
I
perfect.
pull up the comms and try to communicate to the other ship, because I assume that's the thing that ships have capability. Oh, computer, patch me through to the approaching ships.
Patching through to main ship of Pack.
I like how I went like that and realised it's probably like...
Basically, on the main screen, you see 4 like face cams of pilots in little ships, and the main one's kind of in the top middle. And basically, you just hear him to say, "This is Captain Bismuth of approach ship Alpha Delta Bravo Charlie Unit. We are en route. What is your mission? Why are you coming to our planet? Please state your business. Over."
This is Pilot Clint, Charlie, Lima, Indigo,
November.
Tango, en route to land in Gladys HQ. We were sent in the Rapture code A-487, probably. I'm questioned again. to investigate the abandoned or no longer functioning ship. As you can see, that ship is this one. We will be requesting landing in approximately the amount of time it takes to get there. I don't know why I do it like that. As if there's a
You've picked up,
I'd
yeah,
like to-
rather than
I'd like
in a modern ship,
I'd
you
like
could just
to-
talk.
on one of the blades. I'd like to poke my finger on it so a little blood draws and say, "We require medical assistance."
Mission directive from the aforementioned primary objective states you had a medical officer on board. I'm sure that medical officer will be able to deal with such a...
No, she's terrible at her job. Clint here was unconscious
Can I-
and she didn't do anything about it.
Please
Can I
designate
just motion?
new ship name.
New ship name.
He wants to know basically the idea of the ship you're on.
The ship
It was the Aspera, by the way.
No,
Aspera.
that would have been so funny. if
No,
it's the wrong name.
we don't know. We are just we just want to get back home.
Roger that. Running ship scan.
Don't look into him. Thank you.
So the captain runs a scan of the ship you're on. But while he's doing that, he obviously, it's almost like he forgot to turn off his communicator. You hear the captain in the background. That's an L1 and L1 AI they've got on that ship. We're not doing this again. Not again.
What's that you were saying? You kind of left your communicator on there.
Yeah, we're gonna open fire on you guys now. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So basically,
No.
the
Wait,
ships,
wait,
the
wait,
ships,
wait,
the
wait,
ships.
Computer evasive maneuvers.
This is not our ship. I'd
I'd
like to
rather-
lean into the microphone and go,
Aggressive
this is
action
not our ship.
detected
We're
from
not our
approach
ship.
ships. Manual override of piloting controls enabled.
Oh yeah.
I say
Into the pilot seat.
I'm gonna say enable weapons. I'm gonna tell the computer to enable weapons and then get to a weapons thing.
Weapons enabled.
Computer disable weapons.
Weapons
Wait.
disabled.
Shields.
Shields enabled.
We're
wanna
not gonna
convince these
start
people
a
we're
fight.
nice.
We
I'd
don't
like-
want to die. I'm here to protect you guys. I will fight.
Fight.
Can I
Weapons enabled.
roll down a window and stick my gun
Computer
out?
disable.
Weapons disabled.
That's an order. Computer,
silent,
I
you
wanna-
have
weapons.
control of piloting.
Yes, Rihanna.
Thank you. I want to lean into the mic and go.
There
I'd
isn't
like
a
to make it
mic, it's
clear
just-
that this is Matt. Shut the fuck
Oh no,
up.
there's a little
I'm
mic that
trying
we've
to
been
say
passing around.
one sentence for.
There's no
minutes.
microphone. It's a modern ship. It just hears you.
Whatever it fucking
Yeah,
is.
but
Okay,
what
I'd
will
like
it hear from?
make
What's the-
my voice the main voice that is being heard is the point. Thank you, gentlemen. I would like to say this is not our ship. Repeat, this is not our ship. We are not meaning to be hostile to you. The AI is something that we're unfamiliar with, and therefore we're attempting to land it on a friendly planet in order to deal with its mission.
You have no authority
Wait.
here.
I'll be kind.
I'm afraid that's not a risk we can take. The last L1 AI to come anywhere near the ship caused more problems than I'm afraid the four of you are worth.
Please trust us, please trust us.
Prepare to be fired upon, I'm afraid. I'm very sorry.
Wait, can we leave the
Wait, you
ship?
can board our ship without damage, right? This is a question to the other ship. You can board us. This ship is capable of boarding. You could board the ship, take us. And
They're in like little fighter things. There's no way they'd be able to they don't have like the ability to park up and hop out. They wouldn't be able to board
They
you.
would need to actually bathe.
Yeah, you'd need to be in a station where they can get out and walk over.
Do you have an extra space in your ship that we can like hop into? Like we don't mind jumping out. We've done that before many
Like-
we have
times.
done that before.
I'm afraid we're in one-man fighters.
Well,
If we were to leave the ship, would you be able to get a rescue ship sent to us promptly?
before we died.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can request authorization, however, prepare to be fired upon as you are approaching dangerously close to our planet's
I feel
jurisdiction.
Like you're not listening to us.
Oh,
We're
Um,
not
reverse.
no, they've
Put it
said
in reverse.
you hear them. You hear
Wait,
them.
I'm holding the. I start reversing.
This is why we never get.
You hear them. You hear them speak. You hear them speak into the radio. He goes, Gladys HQ. We've got a rogue AI L1 series en route to intercept. Please advise. Current action is to destroy before interception. And you hear a little voice come back, kind of through through his intercom. That just basically just goes, "We can't afford to take any chances, Captain. Blow it up."
Oh, bastard.
Okay, evasive maneuvers.
Right,
Let's go.
time to fuck off.
Basically, you're
Does the
entering
ship
cool
have
space
light
combat
speed?
mode.
Yes. or
Yeah,
let's
it's got it'll have like a hyper jump.
Can we just fuck off then?
Wait, he's got manual control. Get us out of here
Yeah.
to another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Go.
fucking go. Like every switch that is, it's all happening.
How are you flying? How are you doing this? Is this?
Oh, as cool as this is my element.
Roll me a
basically.
3d6 feelings then, please.
Feelings though, isn't it?
Feelings.
Yeah, well, because you said you were doing it
in
as
a
cool.
Really cool way.
You're doing it in a really cool, fun, like awesome way. Roll me
We're
feelings,
having
please.
fun with it. It's feelings. I mean, I don't know if that. I don't know.
That was
I don't know
exactly
if
what
that's
I was.
how-
That's exactly what I was trying to see if he would
but I
say.
don't know, but I don't think that's. I don't know if that's how the lasers and feelings work.
Yeah, if he'd said he was flying the ship in the most sensible, efficient way to avoid combat, then that would have been a lasers roll. But because he said he's doing it in a cool,
So, but then like.
In which case, I need to completely flip my lasers and feelings to be completely passion, because.
well, you've made your bed now.
Behind a seat.
But we assumed it was like, oh, so if you're good at lasers, you'll be then good at computers and
No.
and that. But then
If you're using
rather
lasers, i.e., science and reason, logic, rational decisions,
Okay.
then it's a lasers roll.
So-
If you're doing things through feeling, either passionate things, rapport, trying to just look cool, anything charged by emotion, that's a feelings roll.
Okay, so I'm in my seat, and I'm. In
I
my
am giving you
I'm
3d6 to roll
completely
it.
calm. Oh, I know, but I have to get a 6 or a 5.
Yeah.
That's the issue. I got a 6.
There you go.
2 and a 4. So okay.
So yeah,
Next time I fly.
You managed to avoid, like, there's a few laser fires and it kind of avoids. One kind of hits the ship and there's a cool explosion. A few sparks come down from the bridge, but otherwise you are fine. But you're doing quite a good job of, some, this guy knows some maneuvers. You're listing lazily to the left.
I'm going to go to one of the manual blasters
Switch
because
over
they're not
3 more
controlled by
times.
because I'm assuming they're
Yeah.
not controlled by the
No, the AI cannot make them go pew.
So that means I can make them go pew. So
You can indeed make them go pew.
Are they disabled?
They're not controlled by the AI, so I assumed.
Yeah, the AI's
The AI
the AI can power them. It just can't fire them.
So they would be disabled by.
So
the AI.
yeah, they're powered off currently.
Because I want to protect these guys with all my might, I'm connecting my power supply to it.
Cool. Yeah, roll me a lasers roll.
Wholesome robot moment.
2. Yeah, give me 2 on that.
Well, I've got my number and then I've
Okay.
got 4, so a little bit low on the second one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Tell me what you want to do, and then ask a question. So if your aim is to plug in, power a laser, and shoot down one of the other ships,
Yeah, I'm gonna say give myself 1 or 2 shots, and then before I realise that I'm running too low on power, and then have to unplug.
yeah,
So I just aim, shoot.
are you aiming to blow the other ships up, or are you aiming to just disable them?
I'm aiming to sort of like take out one of their wings so they could have to save the other one, sort of thing.
Okay.
Basically, make one of them go down so they have to help the
Incapacitate
other one. Yeah.
Okay, you manage to shoot out the engines of one of the ships. So he's kind of just dead in the water. He's not, he's fine, but his engines have been disabled. So he's out of the combat essentially.
I'd like to go into the. I assume there's a cargo bay.
Yes, although Cooley, you have got a question to ask if you want to ask it.
Yeah.
I'll just do his bit first while I think of it.
Yeah.
Cargo bay. I'd like to turn on my spacesuit, close the door to the cargo bay, find something to tie me to one of the bits of the cargo bay.
Mhm.
I assume there's like shelving or something you could.
Yeah, there's lots of because it's cargo bay. There's like little hook loop things for cargo and stuff to be strapped down to. There's also a pile of approximately 50 foot of some kind of space rope.
Perfect. I'd like to I'd like to tie the rope to the cargo bay and then tie the rope around me.
Yeah.
Then open up the cargo bay doors. And I fly out. I'm firing my own blaster.
Okay.
It's my hand blaster.
So would you say this is a lasers or a feeling roll? Even though you are firing a laser, are you doing this from the heart or from the head?
No, because I've firstly thought about this very much.
Okay, so that's fine. So you've reasoned it out. You've prepared.
Yeah, but this is also very much equally both.
I'll tell you what. No, I'll let you decide how you want it to.
I mean, if so, then I'll say lasers.
Yeah, that's fine. You've thought about it. It's reason. Roll me 3. You've got a laser gun. You've prepared.
What am I?
Have you done?
rolling?
Answer honestly. Have you done this maneuver before?
Oh, I think so. I think maybe.
I mean, I'm prepared to believe that. So I would say roll me 3d6.
I was gonna say in his dreams he's like planned it.
Yeah, I was
going to
say even if he hasn't, he's definitely planned this.
I think annoyingly, Rick Shaw's past before he joined up with the Corps is probably a bit Kirkish in terms of he was a bit of a rogue, quite cool.
Shady past. There is a reason I know about the black market.
Yeah. Very much like I'm thinking Kirk in the new Star Trek remakey films.
Yeah, one success on that.
Okay, so
My name's Rick Shaw.
You manage it. You tie yourself up. It's all secure. So at the gate, and you kind of, as you basically reach the tight point of the rope, the rope jolts. It causes you to misfire your laser because you've just jolted, and it's like,
Okay.
And that basically hits the canopy of one of the attacking ships, which causes the canopy to fly open, and the pilot inside essentially gets sucked out the ship, just flies out the ship, and hits the other ship that had kind of stopped the one Cooley shot. Let's just say they're probably going to take that as a serious sign of aggression. But you have only now got 2 ships.
You said you were firing at us first. Just saying.
I mean, they can't hear that, but, you're in space.
I've got a communicator.
Oh, okay. You're saying that to them?
Yeah.
We gave them options. We gave them chances.
We literally tried everything else. They don't think they can. And we turned around, and we're going the opposite way now.
Am I right in thinking we have internal comms?
Yeah, you guys can always communicate with each other. I'd like to point out as well, James, at this point, Dan is still doing evasive manoeuvres while you're tied to the back of the ship.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm fully Draxing. You know in Guardians 2?
Yeah.
Literally that. I don't care. I'm just like, whoa.
Okay.
Also, I'm swapping my dice out because I just realised I rolled the same one 4 times and I got 5 every single time.
Oh, okay. New dice, please. Have you thought about what question you want to ask?
Yeah, so I want to sort of ask who, for Gladys, who are the big names there, like CEOs and stuff like that?
The CEO of Gladys is he's a very well-known businessman, a bit dodge, but he's called, basically his name is Corazon. Very, very kind of shady businessman.
You couldn't come up with
a
sci-fi name rather than a fantasy name.
His name is Corazon del Estrella.
Sorry, a sci-fi name instead of a Hispanic name.
Yeah, it's Corazon de Estrella. And basically he runs the company, and it's a bit of a dodgy one. The chance you probably could speak to...
It makes sense for me.
It doesn't, he doesn't speak to a lot of people, but there's the CEO of...
and he's the face of the company, sort of thing. There's
Yeah.
no like.
He's not. He doesn't really do a lot. He's just that guy who poses for pictures and handshakes important people, and he's the public face of the company, as it were. It's very much run by the people below him.
Good.
Okay. I'd like to ask Rachel a question.
Yeah.
Using your judgment.
Yeah.
Rachel, did you kill someone?
Absolutely, and I'm doing it again.
Do you do it again?
Damn it, alright.
Don't
Can I
do it
have
again.
power back to the lasers, please?
Yep. Computer, full power to weapons.
Weapons at full power.
I'm still firing.
Hey, Cooley, if you're still plugged in, you fully charge back up as soon as that happens.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's almost like overcharge.
I unplug and then wire myself back together and then start firing at the other one that's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, Cooley, roll me a 3d6 lasers.
Am I after high or low?
Lasers low.
Thank Christ. I got a 1, a 2, and a 4.
So that is technically a crit because you 3 successes. So basically, you managed to very, very quickly take out the other 2 spaceships. Just absolutely blown to smithereens. At which point, basically, there are 2 spaceships absolutely blown to smithereens. One presumably dead pilot floating around in space, and another ship with a very traumatized, very alive pilot just stranded in space now.
Can I send that one a message? And I say,
Yeah.
We left you alive to send a message. Leave us the fuck alone.
I mean, the message was don't hurt, don't just threaten to kill random people when they're just trying to go home, man. It's not cool. Not cool. You mess with Rick.
Okay.
You mess with Rickshaw, and Rickshaw isn't one to mess with.
This is a long
Sure,
message.
Sure.
Computer,
Now
cut off
for
communications to the other ship.
my 1 minute long
Communications cut off.
Don't mess with Rick and mess with
So Rick Shaw's still... James, you can have your inspiration-y type thing for that, because that's funny.
Amazing.
Computer.
Yes.
I have a question of, can I get back in?
Yeah, I was going to say, presumably you want to get back. Yeah, you can,
I could, yeah.
You've got a crawl. Right. Computer, what size is the cargo hold? And is it big enough for one of the fighter ships?
Cargo hold is not big enough for auxiliary ship.
Do we have any space that would be big enough, i.e. a docking bay of some
Negative.
We can just drag him in, can't we? Like if we
wait.
let's get him. Let's if he's got a
I'd say there's a chance the pilot who got flomped out with the canopy when you shot the canopy is wearing a spacesuit. There is a chance he might not be dead.
And the one and they both might be wearing spacesuits. So let's go get it.
You want to go get both of them? Yeah. Roll. Okay, so Dan, you roll me.
This is cool. Just like
roll me a
In a
lasers.
calm, collected way.
So Dan, roll me 2 lasers. You're equipped. I wouldn't have said you're an expert in scooping people up into a cargo hold.
I know,
but you are certainly equipped for it.
I'm out.
I'm going to come to you as well, James. Don't worry, you're going to be rolling for this as well.
3 and a 4 to do that. So both.
Okay, so you maneuver the ship absolutely fine. James, can you make me? How are you doing this? Explain to me your process.
I'll allow this as feelings. I think I'm gonna crawl myself back in, and then I'm just going to when I see the pilot, I'm gonna run and then jump so I can grab him with the with the rope attached to me.
Are you basically trying to grab him?
I'm basically acting as like a grappling thing.
Are you trying to grab onto the other ship as well so you can get the other one out?
I think we'll do it one by one.
Okay.
Yeah, but so we go round to where the pilot is. I'm then gonna jump And once I'm going to jump to go grab him.
Okay,
With the rope.
roll me, for each one, roll me 2d6 feelings. I will allow you to use your extra bonus dice on one of them.
Yeah, that's fine. Feeling. So I need to get high, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So 4, 5, or 6 will do it.
You are at uni.
I got a 6 and a 4 on one of them.
Okay, so that's laser feelings, crit success.
Yeah, and then
Well, not crit success because you only rolled 2 dice.
I failed on another one.
Okay.
I got 1 and a 3 on the other one. I'd like to fail on. I don't. So as I said before, I'm trying the pilot first, and then
So which one you try? Well, they're both. Which one? The one who's floating around first.
without the ship. The one
Yeah.
without the ship first.
Okay, so you successfully grab the one without the ship. You go to get the other one, but you kind of stood on. You get to the ship, but you can't. There's no way of you opening the canopy from the outside.
How's your oxygen? As I'm on the outside, how's your oxygen?
He can't because obviously the communication's been shut off. He just sees you going,
Someone turn back on my.
and he just he goes.
Computer.
Well, I was going to say he just kind of.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, he just gives you a thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay.
You see in the distance from the planet they came from, not a fighter ship, but what is presumably like a rescue vessel coming to get him.
Wait.
Okay, cool.
Why don't we just wait for that? Why don't we just
Yeah.
wait for that?
Because it doesn't want to save us anymore. We just killed 2 of them.
Question.
No, but if it's
Rihanna,
not a
yes.
rescue vessel. Yeah.
Do you have a question, or are you saying James has a question?
Has her internet cut out?
I think Rihanna's internet's crapped out again.
My question, if I was for my laser feelings, is would this ship
Mhm.
be able to dock with our current ship?
No, the ship you're on is not designed to dock with other ships. Hence the fact you couldn't. You had to.
Well,
space.
but could how? Okay, then. I think the more of the question.
You can always get from one ship to another. It's whether or not, obviously, the other ship is going to be willing to allow you to do that,
Okay.
or for them to be willing to come to you.
Then make sure the pilot's all right that we've got here that we've saved, and then I'm gonna be like, hey, can you we're stuck on this ship. We they destroyed our other ship. Can we just we'll allow you to destroy this other ship, but we need to be able to get off. So can we just if your rescue people just pick us up, we can get to the other things, and then what does he say?
So basically, this guy's luckily it was the captain that you managed to grab out of the little squad. He goes, he's got a little name, that's Captain Bismuth on his thing. And basically he turns around to you and just says, look, I'm sorry we tried to blow you up, but we are under strict instructions to destroy any L1 vessel that comes within interception distance of our planet. It's nothing personal. It is a directive that we are under oath and orders to obey.
That's fine. We want to destroy this as much as you do, but we can't at the moment because we are we can't breathe in space.
Are you? So you're in the cargo. You're back in the ship now, aren't you? Presumably.
Yeah, in the sort of yeah.
So as you're having this discussion with them, basically, and you said we want to destroy this as much as you. The computer.
I'm also whispering.
Are you?
I think
did
he made
do
it clear by
that.
the fact that he was doing this. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you off. All right, I'll allow that. I mean, I'll allow you to get away with it.
Or I take the pilot to the toilet.
It's entirely up to you.
No, I'm whispering.
Okay.
Computer, can you play some music in the storage room just to comfort him? Maybe some music to.
Loud music.
Play some love songs.
Not too loud. So
Let's go music.
Play the music from the film The Room.
That wasn't enough music. More music playing shortly.
Computer, is your modulator okay?
I think you chose the wrong voice there.
Apologies, error in vocal systems.
Yeah,
Error has now been
we
resolved.
definitely want to kill this AI.
It's not great, is it? There we go.
See? And its choice of music is terrible. Honestly.
Cargo hold
just-
music initiated.
If you could just make sure that rescue ship we can get on that rescue ship, we will, give ourselves up to authorities and everything like that. But we just want to make sure that we don't die.
Okay, so the rescue ship approaches. As it does, this music's fucking horrible. Let's just imagine it's still going.
I think that's fine.
You get the idea. So the rescue ship approaches, and the captain basically goes on his communicator. Says, "Look, this is Captain Bismuth. Stand down any form of aggression or animosity towards the crew of this ship. They are prisoners within the ship. The AI is in control, not the crew. Please allow them access to rescue vessel." And basically, as the rescue vessel comes up, it says Roger, and as the rescue vessel comes up, a torpedo flies out of the ship because you didn't disable the weapons. And the rescue ship is blown into smithereens.
Yeah, you're a bit too obvious there, mate.
Okay, computer, why did you do that? Computer?
Weapons were enabled and rescue ship was deemed unnecessary for primary mission objective.
But
Do
weapons
you remember the part where we needed additional people? Were there additional life forms on that vessel?
Additional life forms aboard vessel were not qualified Delacorp engineers, therefore deemed unnecessary and unproductive to main primary mission objective. Resuming primary mission objective.
Computer, halt. Can you confirm if it is required for a what was it, whatever the
Delacorp
name is that's already gone from my brain, Delacorp engineer is required to operate the additional cannons? The entire point of us being here.
After calculations were run for efficiency, it was decided that at least one official Delacorp engineer would benefit the primary mission objective. Resuming primary mission objective.
Computer, can you calculate whether your actions have hindered the mission objective?
Calculating. And pauses for a second, and then you kind of hear back. Actions by L1 series AI has hindered primary mission objective by approximately 1.5%. Primary mission objective now being resumed. And it basically, you feel the ship start to basically move and resume its trajectory to its original destination of Patchain Over.
Computer, pause. Let's not move anywhere.
It doesn't do pause. This computer doesn't do pausing. What the bit that I'm up. This computer literally will do absolute. The other ship's blown to smithereens.
No, there's one that isn't. There's two that aren't.
Well, there's a tiny little fighter with no engines.
And one that is completely functional.
No.
Computer,
without functional, but it's just you just need to have
the entire top half of it.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It's got the canopy.
I have a spacesuit and am a pilot.
I was going to say that. I was going to say.
Well, yeah,
hey,
one of you could get in it.
I'd like to get into it whilst I'm in the cargo thing. Wait. I'd like to. No, I would like
the captain
to get. Oh yeah, so get the captain to go get us help.
I mean, we can.
As in,
the captain.
Get the captain. What do you mean?
No, like we put the captain into the ship. He flies the ship, assuming he has enough oxygen. We provide him with additional oxygen where necessary. He flies it. We follow. Get close. It's not going to attack because weapons are disabled. We land. And
okay, yeah.
Get additional crew, as we've agreed.
I'll let you explain it to.
I explained to the captain that weapons are disabled and that we can safely land without causing any.
No, to the AI.
The AI has resumed. The AI has resumed its course to the original mission objective, because obviously, like I said earlier, this AI is designed for one thing and one thing only, and that is to go to its mission objective and complete its mission objective.
Wait. AI, can you just fire all your torpedoes into space, please?
Firing entire torpedo armory. It fires all of the torpedoes, 5 of which hit the fighter that was floating around in space. So now there are literally no spaceships other than the one you are on. But
Okay,
the one you are on doesn't have any torpedoes
Guys,
anymore.
I'm just going to come off and rejoin on my laptop real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, that's cool.
I
Okay,
mean,
that was
computer
that's
was-
so
I'll tell you what,
sad.
while Rihanna's doing that, we'll take a quick break because.
she's back.
That is
I-
so much better.
Okay. I was going to go grab a drink quick, but
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
fine.
do you want to take a little break?
we'll take
maybe?
5.
Yeah.
Can you put standby screen on?
I'm going to. Just trying to find it. There it is. So we're back. Okay. So you are on your way back to Pache Nova now. The ship is still going to try and pick up any other passengers that it sees as helpful towards the mission objective. However, it is now obviously established that anyone from the planet the space station of Gladys that you were at, probably not going to be forthcoming with help, bearing in mind that as far as they're concerned, they've just seen 4 of their fighters get blown up and 1 of their rescue ships get blown up by the ship that they were heading to.
I would like to speak to Siri or whatever her name is.
Liliana.
Hey, computer. Just in case, like, someone was trying to get on board and destroy you as an AI, like, we don't want that to happen. We don't want it. We just want to kill this space station, make money for, the Delacrucians or whatever they are, and let's kill some innocent civilians.
I'm so glad you have decided to become on board with my plan.
Oh, I was on board from the start. So just in case, what are your weaknesses so we could defend against them?
My main point of weakness would be in engineering.
Oh, brilliant. Tell me more so that we can make sure...
I said you could ask better questions when you roll lasers and feelings. I didn't say you could ask the AI in-game.
I believe...
I mean, I feel like
I would
the
say
AI.
this is a lasers question because I'm being very precise with my questioning.
Okay, roll me...
I'll say 1. I'm not good at this. I'm good
No,
at
you're a
smooth
smuggler.
talking,
You're smooth talk. You're quite charismatic.
Okay, well,
Roll me 2.
Feelings need to be low, right?
Oh, you're doing this as a feelings roll, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course you are, yeah.
No,
Higher.
it's lasers. It's
You said
lasers.
lasers.
Lasers,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool. I've got it.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
2 and a 3.
Okay.
3, so.
That's a success. Okay. AI main weakness would be located in engineering via AI modification slot. Any interference with AI fission reactor would cause temporary power down and possible reset of AI systems. Also, if AI was to be overridden by another AI, would potentially interfere and overwrite AI systems.
Oh my god, I can become the...
Perfect. I'm gonna just go to.
He's like, it's my time
I'd
to
like to.
shine.
I assume we're all in the bridge, but if we aren't, I'd like to share.
You're still
I'd
in the
be like,
cargo bay
"Hey."
with the other captain guy.
Oh, perfect. Captain, you stay here. I just need to go make sure that we are ready to. And I'd like to give him like a wink.
He asks you if there's a medical officer on board, as he's feeling a bit peaky because he was in space for quite a while.
Actually, come with me. I'll introduce you to the crew. So I
In the nicest possible way. I'm only doing that because I feel like Rihanna's character needs something to do.
And I introduce the medical officer.
How many martinis have you had at this point, Rihanna? As a medical officer.
I'm taking...
I'm talking in-game,
it's
not
the
real
same one.
life. So, but is it like... is this like a special glass that makes more martini as you drink it?
Yeah.
Like, is there a little tube that goes into your spacesuit and actually there's like a camel pack of martini that's feeding the martini glass? Yeah. Okay.
It makes it seem like you've got less of a problem.
It makes it seem like she's only ever got 1 drink, but it's basically unlimited.
So I'd also then like to
anyway,
call...
I'd like to say hello, tentatively put down my martini glass so that you can't see it.
Isn't it attached to you via a tube?
Tubes, it's like a fueling of of like a plane. It can detach itself when necessary.
Rihanna, that's fine. You can put your martini glass down. Just roll me a quick feelings roll to do that.
Yeah. Wait, do I have to get over or under?
Over for feelings.
6, lovely.
That's fine. Yeah, you pop you uncouple it from the feeding pipe. There's a little kind of, but then the valve closes off, and you pop the martini glass down on the side. It's still got martini in it, but now it just looks like you've just plonked the glass down.
Lovely. Okay.
Captain Bismuth looks a little bit nervous at the when you point out that this is the medical officer.
I'm going to introduce myself and
Allow myself
ask
to
him what the issue seems to be.
yeah, basically you go. Basically, you can just see he's been in space. He's been exposed to space weather for long enough for because their spacesuits aren't designed really to comfortably be in space. They're designed to keep them alive, and that's about it. So he's not designed for prolonged exposure. So even though he wasn't out in space very long, obviously space is quite inhospitable. So his oxygen sats are a little low. His temperature's a little low. So you're a medical officer. Do with that what you will. Meanwhile, you're all back in the bridge.
I'm gonna just I'm enjoying the high of being recharged so powerfully. I just
You're basically zipping around everywhere really quickly. Basically, just realigning things on desks. Yeah, cleaning, sucking, hoovering up, and basically there's just a Steven-shaped blur going around. You've never ever seen this robot work quite so efficiently. It's almost like he's one of the better models.
Yeah, everything's almost perfect.
He's that blurred you can't even see the shitty Comic Sans on his chest.
I'd like to call a toilet meeting with just with Clint this time.
Yeah, we had a good last time. I feel comfortable with that. Yeah.
So
I'm like, so the door shut. So what I'm thinking is we shut down the power temporarily. We can if you shut down the power temporarily, I can try and get into the AI, and I'll stay in the I'll stay with where the AI is. You took down the reactor.
Wait, what do I need to do?
Shut down the reactor.
Okay.
Because I asked the AI about it, and I tell him about what the AI.
Shut down reactor. You do.
Yeah. We can say, and if it doesn't work, we can say it was just for maintenance.
Okay, got it. Sounds good. I think it would be good to test the system security when offline in case of emergency. I think that's fair. Okay. I then proceed to go to the toilet once the conversation's finished.
Same as always. Yep.
You actually hit the head. Okay, fair enough.
And then
and now I'm done. Yeah.
Shake, zip, wash hands. I'm making sure to be.
You don't want to be called out by the computer again.
Yeah.
You don't want to be mothered by the computer.
So yeah, I go.
As you leave, you see the toilet seats go like this, and the computer goes, "It's fine. I'll put the toilet seat down."
Good job.
I was using a urinal. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It is a female AI. I know, obviously, voice-wise, but it's called Liliana.
I feel like AIs don't have male or female.
Yeah, you can assign a voice, a gender to the voice. It's a female AI. It's always a female AI.
Or feminine voice.
That sounds sexist.
Yeah, but it usually is a female AI, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I'm going to Hal.
Or a posh British voice, like Jarvis, or...
Yeah, it's either usually female or Paul Bettany.
I'm sorry, Bill.
And Paul Bettany was too expensive to hire to DM this, so you've got evil female AI instead.
Gets one division and fixes all that.
If I'd been more organised, I would have just told Rihanna everything and she could have done the voice of the AI, but...
Yeah,
you know
like
I'm good at
would have been an evil Scottish AI.
I'd like to go to the I'd like to go to where the AI is housed, right? It's in the middle of a server, right?
Yeah, it's in engineering in the middle. There was like a big circular cylinder bit, and the AI core is in there. There is an access panel, and basically, what you know is if you kill the power unexpectedly to the AI, you can basically, there is a chance that you can interfere with it, so when it reboots, it resets, and then you are essentially able to reprogram it.
Yeah. So I just said, I'm just gonna say, is the seat down?
I believe the seat was down.
Yeah, the
When
AI put the
ship
toilet
was-
seats all down.
No, I say, is the
Shut the-
seat down?
Oh yeah, I got the message. Guys. Shoving the seat in 3, 2, and stretch and just pull the power lever down.
Okay, so you pull the power lever down.
Or whichever way to turn it off.
Oh, no.
Up to turn it off,
I can't
down
remember.
kind of turns it back
Yeah,
on.
because you did it. So, and
Do you- So yeah, the ship gravity kind of disappears. Ships.
Okay.
Have you guys got your space helmets all kind of shut,
Yeah.
visor-wise? Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have had a second to do it anyway, but so yeah, ship powers down back to emergency power.
I'd like to use my smuggling sort of ways to break into the panel using like a
Yeah, roll
a
me.
torch or something.
I'd say this would be a lasers roll, wouldn't it, rather than the feelings?
Yeah.
Roll me. You're equipped and you've done this before, so roll me 3.
I need to get. Oh, I got a 4, which is mine, and I got a 1. So.
See, laser feelings, that's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, you succeed and you can ask me a question.
Okay. What will I need to exactly do to shut down this AI at this once I've got through the panel?
Right. Once you open up the panel, you will be able to reset the AI by forcibly uploading another AI in competition to it. At which point calculations will be made. This is one of the ways you can do it, and this is what the most obvious and easy way to do it. At which point calculations will be made as to which AI is more efficient, and that can be done through a series of like AI-based challenges.
Can I just remove the AI?
If you attempt, if you remove the AI, the ship essentially becomes dead in the water. The ship needs some form of AI to function.
I'm thinking I remove it just straight away to get rid of it at the start, and then we can discuss it later. Yeah, okay. I just removed the AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got another AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
I removed the AI.
You successfully removed the AI. You can you can power the ship back on at this point. At which point, life support systems will work, but that's it.
Doors.
Well, yeah. Okay, so everything except navigation, engines, any kind of.
Yeah. So
Movement.
it basically you can move.
So you can move throughout the ship. Basically, all the doors will just open. Will just stay open.
Yeah.
Which does also include all the toilet cubicle doors.
That's all right.
Privacy is now a thing of the past.
That's all right. We go to the toilet we're together anyway.
Yeah, this is true. So yeah, you turn the ship back on. It all powers on. Lights are on. Life support's on. All the doors are open, but you have no engines, no navigation, no lasers.
The AI. I like to stick it in like a plastic bag, so it's like.
It's just there's a box. You've got a box.
Yeah, I still like to put it in some sort of bag so that it doesn't transfer. Like, I know this sort of thing. I know the magic of what an AI could possibly.
You put it in an anti-static bag.
Yeah.
But inverted, so it's pure static.
Like a Faraday cage.
Okay. So.
A paperclip Faraday cage is set up about it.
Okay. You build a Faraday cage out of paper clips. And you plonk it in there. Yeah, definitely a 1 lasers roll because I don't. Well, I mean, okay. You could argue. Oh, okay.
Success.
I was gonna say, was that really? Oh, you bastard! You build a Faraday cage out of paper clips. It's very effective, and the AI is now sat in it.
Perfect. So what we're gonna do now, people?
Hey,
Can you
Stephen,
Yeah.
Yes.
sorry, your pal, are you capable of running the ships as acting as a ship's AI effectively?
Just to move it.
Never tried it, to be honest.
Well,
You wanna
that's
give it a
fine for
whirl?
everything. I mean, if you can just,
I try and work out how I can plug myself in.
So basically, in the engineering, there is a. You could probably at this stage, because the AI is no longer there, you could plug into the engineering port.
Yeah, I plug myself in.
Okay, as you plug yourself in, you are still in control of Stephen's body, but that's because Stephen is on the ship now. But you are you're now aware of, rather than being a robot, you're very much aware of being an entire ship. You are now massive. You have, there's a lot of, you've just put on a lot. But yeah, so basically Stephen is now kind of part of the ship's AI, as it were. He's the AI itself, but the actual robot body of Stephen is like almost like the little repair droids on the ship and things like that. It's just another droid run by the ship's AI. So you are now basically in control of the ship. There is now an AI in there. However, what you then realise starts to happen is, as you are in this ship and as you're in control of it, you notice in your kind of systems that there is like a little warning flash, kind of like a little warning light error thing. And it basically just says, unauthorized AI access, Delacour has been informed. And that's all it says.
Okay, I go. I'm in control.
His voice is now coming over the whole.
Let's get back to Gladys. We can't have got far because it only has a bit of time. Let's get back to Gladys.
Okay.
Let's firstly, this captain knows exactly what's happened. He can explain to people exactly what happened. We can then show them the AI, and then they can or we could just throw out the AI once they say.
Keep it.
I was going to
Keep
say,
it for evidence.
if they tell us to throw it, we can throw it.
Oh, yeah.
But we always have that option. And so yeah, let's go back. Let's get the captain to, before we enter the Gladys. Let's get the captain to set. Yeah,
It's not GLaDOS. GLaDOS was another AI.
I see it.
They want to destroy only half the planet.
But it was promising cake.
I'll take it.
Yeah, basically get the captain to rendezvous early before we even
call ahead, basically.
Yeah, call ahead. Tell them exactly what's happened. Tell them exactly that the ship was part of this people and they were doing this and we are just innocent bystanders who want to live. And then we can just hand the ship back to the evil warring guys if they want to, but we might just not hand them back via AI.
If I do what I'm told, I go, okay.
It's the safest thing for all of us.
I was going to say, it would be kind of fun to destroy a planet, and then I just carry on going.
What, as in you're carrying on with the main objective, or you follow their instructions?
No. Well, I'll switch
Gladys.
Gladys.
Okay. I was thinking, what, you're just going to ignore them? The new AI you've got's even worse. Oh no,
I think he's been infected.
Oh no, it's gone all Wheatley. For those of you who haven't played Portal 2, that is a lost reference and a massive spoiler. But yeah, and if you haven't played Portal 2, why haven't you played Portal 2?
I haven't played it in a long, long time.
Yeah, but you've played it. So yeah, okay, you turn the ship around, and basically you start heading back to Gladys. Cooley, in your system, as the little warning light saying, unauthorized Delacour has been informed, there's another thing slowly kind of crawling up the screen, like a bar.
Yeah, have a look at that.
And yeah, underneath it, there's a little thing that says backup.
I go.
Ew.
I click cancel.
There's not a cancel. It's just.
I click Control Alt Delete and end task.
yes. That's the lasers if I've ever heard it.
roll me a three feelings. Lasers even. Sorry, I meant lasers.
1, 2, and then a double 6.
So 2 and double 6. Okay, so
I
you.
barely manage it.
Yeah, you. As you go to end the task, a little pop-up thing comes up on your screen and says, Liliana AI AI reset software, and it pops up with like a kind of option to reset. It says, please state reason why original AI is no longer effective. And it basically wants you to give a reason as to why the original AI is no longer effective and why you could reprogram it. And what this will essentially allow you to do is reprogram the backup of Liliana to allow you to basically be able to unplug from the ship and have a cooperative, fully functioning Liliana AI and ship.
I don't trust it. I'll be the.
Which isn't programmed. This one isn't programmed to destroy. This is just literally the AI as a ship running AI. Like, it's not evil. It's just an AI. Basically, it would just update so you're now in a nice shiny new ship.
I miss the old ship.
I'll take the backup, but I double check the code to make sure there is no.
Yeah, you check the code. There is no mention of Pache Nova in the code, or the mineral Fienga, or indeed anything that would indicate
destruction.
There are bits in there about destruction, but it's more about self-defense and using lasers. There's nothing about anything to do with, the original mission objective.
Okay, I accept it.
Okay, so basically,
in offline mode, I changed the code so it's in offline mode, so it can't get updates from online.
Okay. So basically, what it says on there is it asks you to choose method of AI challenge. And basically, this is something about AI challenges is something that is used throughout the universe to when an AI is shown to be inefficient, a new AI is introduced, but the two AIs essentially have to go in competition with each other to prove why one and which is the more efficient. So essentially, the AI is challenging you to an AI duel, but because you are being challenged, you are allowed to choose the method in which you duel.
Round one.
Or you could just, but if it's not got the AI attached, if it's not got the original mission attached to it anywhere in the code,
I don't mind if I lose.
Yeah, then it doesn't really matter.
If you lose, I mean, yeah, it's up to you, but there might be, losing might not be great. Yeah, but let's just say,
I feel like.
He gets to choose how he wants to challenge it. The terms of the duel are up to him.
Do a logic off.
The battle of wits.
Down the hall.
Oh yeah, do a physical foot race
inside of the ship.
Inside of the ship, he can't go faster than the ship.
Yeah,
the ship cannot travel inside itself.
Remember, Cooley is the ship at the moment.
Yeah, I am the ship.
Trick it.
Damn it. I'm gonna try and be
shoot off. Do a shoot off.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do like a shoot off, like a Texas Western draw.
Oh, like what you want to do, like a 10 paces turn and shoot.
Yeah, inside like a Tron style sort of code, sort of brings up Matrix. It's like.
So you want to do? Okay. See, okay, you want to do like a shoot off bit in a Tron. So basically, where it would give Liliana a physical form and you a physical form, and to be able to basically fight it out and decide. Nice. That's montagey and cool sounding.
It looked like Pong from the top down.
Yeah. So, to anyone, to you guys watching, to them, it looks like the new Tron, where it looks awesome. To you guys, it literally is. So yeah. Roll me. Let's see. We will do this as a best of 3. And roll me. We'll do it as. I don't think.
And it's AI. It's AI shooting. Not
I think he's experienced, but I wouldn't say he's equipped because he's a lower end model. He's not equipped for dealing with a high end AI
but I also
like Liliana.
think an AI which is meant for dealing isn't going to be good at shooting, as in
Liliana's one of the highest end, most expensive AIs known to man.
But, ship AI, not a war AI, not like a soldier AI.
The
It's
ship's
like if you
got
put
guns.
The armor is literally designed for
Yeah,
destruction.
it's like Alexa would be great at great at answering questions, but she's not going to be good at building a car
I'm,
with a robot.
I'm saying
arm.
it's 2d6 lasers rolled, which is more likely to succeed on anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Best of
saying.
3. Liliana is literally the highest AI known, like highest end AI known to man currently.
Okay, so
No
2d6.
one other than another Liliana is equipped to deal with that.
Ready? 2 1s.
So that's one success. I mean, so but you know, well, no, it was a successful roll. He's rolling 3 times,
2 and a 1.
so that's another success.
And
I mean, it was
3 and a 5.
Which is another.
which is
success,
so laser
which is
feelings.
space slaves. Yeah.
So yeah, okay. You've successfully beaten the AI. At which point, basically, the AI pops up with a big button that just says, "Please enter new AI mission objective." And at this point,
hell
obviously,
yeah.
you can ask me a question, should you wish.
I wanted to quote Pirates of the Caribbean right now.
Come on.
Is this your
Part of the
question, or
No, as the new objective is protect part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship.
okay?
So basically, the job is to protect the crew because they are part of the ship and protect the ship.
Okay, you enter that in, and you enter it in as a function that basically says start ... part of the crew, part of the ship, and then underneath that you put go to start. So essentially, it's programmed in to loop that statement. As you do that, you kind of your vision of all the cameras over the ship, things like that, start to glitch a little bit, and you're ejected back into your former robot body. And over the intercom, you basically just hear the AI pipe back up. And it literally just says, "Greetings, new crew. I am Ship AI designation L1L1 4N4. Welcome aboard your new ship. Would you like some coconut?" And then it basically just glitches.
To turn it off again.
It just glitches in, and basically the loop function of that thing that Cooley has entered has basically caused it to crash ever so slightly. So the ship is now working. It's running absolutely fine. However, the ship itself is now kind of just, shall we say, you've managed to make the AI probably less good than Cooley in terms of its memory has become overloaded because you've looped a function. But it will run the ship. However, it might not do it very well. And out of all the nearest 5 food dispensers, it just starts chucking out coconut shrimp.
I'm okay with this. I think this is perfect for us. This is what we represent.
So
I've got my question.
Rickshaw is damn sure.
Who's going to pay the most to have the information about them trying to cause a war to start a big corporation trying to start a war?
I would say probably just Patche Nova in general. You could safely go there now without the ship trying to blow them up. And that isn't me trying to trick you. You could go there and report it to them, give them the old AI in a box as, as evidence, and they would probably reward you handsomely.
I want to get rid of this goddamn ship. We're closer to Gladys, right? Because it must have been that long since we started turning back, and then we were turning back. We were going back to Gladys. So I would say,
Isn't it better to go to the countries themselves?
I mean, I would like to point out at this point, the ship itself is now completely harmless and
I still don't like this
nicer and newer than your old ship.
Danny?
I also want to point out, only Cooley knows this, because it was a meta question. We are all still ignorant to the fact.
Yeah, I mean, he's back in his body. He can obviously come and tell you it and blah. All you other guys know is there's coconut shrimp everywhere now.
Yeah, and I just say, The ship is now part of the crew, and it is also part of the ship.
Would you like some more coconut shrimp?
Yes, please. I,
Computer, cancel all orders for. Oh, computer,
Yep.
establish myself as captain.
Designation: Coconut Captain Shrimp has been established.
whatever you say, Captain Coconut. That's your new nickname. I don't care. That's
I'll take it. Computer, just send us back to Gladys.
let's get paid.
Setting course for Space Station Gladys Shrimp.
Iconic.
So essentially, you start heading back towards Gladys. Ship occasionally, the flow of coconut shrimp has slowed, but occasionally it's still spitting the odd one out.
I'm going to the cargo bay every now and then and just like injecting it all out.
With a wheelbarrow just loading. So basically, as you're flying through space, there's coconut shrimp just pouring out the back of this spaceship.
Oh my god, we're going to be tracked by coconut shrimp.
I'm alright with that.
Oh.
Also, computer, can you send out a message just continue to send out this message and then record the captain guy just establishing
Yeah.
safe, just to avoid any confusion.
So yeah, the captain records you a little message just to say, ship AI now ship AI now reset. Ship is safe to proceed. Please do not immediately fire upon this vessel. And it goes to send that. And there's also weirdly loads of like emojis of shrimp and coconuts underneath it for whatever reason that go with it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure we save some, and then we can use it as a gift for.
Save some, save all.
Okay, I stop ejecting it. I just start filling the cargo bay with food now.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, as long as you open all the doors and close the cargo bay door, the cargo bay will probably naturally fill up with coconut shrimp.
I'm doing it with like a brush.
I mean, it's really good coconut shrimp. It's this is a high end.
I'm eating it whilst I'm doing
This is a high end ship. It doesn't churn out crap. It's really nice, organic, high quality shrimp.
Okay.
I'm allergic to coconut, which is a bit tragic.
Your character might not be.
Where is this shrimp coming from?
Yeah, it's odd.
that-
You can't work out where, but it seems almost like an inexhaustible supply. It seems never ending.
Wait, is it using our fuel?
It's manufacturing shrimp out of fuel. No, it's using all the times you've been to the toilet to manufacture shrimp.
That's a lot of times. So,
It's a lot of shrimp.
I like to think that now the toilet thing has now become like a natural, like we just every now and then just.
Even though now you don't have to, you've actually. By the time you get to Gladys, you've actually installed a boardroom meeting table in the toilet.
Yeah.
Bowl of coconut shrimp in the middle. So you arrive at Gladys, and you are permitted to dock.
Perfect. Get off the ship as quickly as possible.
As you dock, you open the cargo bay doors, and you basically and a fuck ton of shrimp just pour out.
No, I surf the shrimp.
All right, roll me. That's definitely a feelings. That's definitely a feelings.
Yeah, feelings. What is that? 2 or
I'd say. Well, I don't know. How many have you surfed shrimp before?
I've done surfing, but I wouldn't say I'll go with 1.
Yeah, I'd say shrimp is very different. It's like a dry ski slope and real snow.
So I have to get high for feelings. Don't
Yeah, you do. You want to roll over
got
to
a
6. You got a 6. You successfully surf that shrimp out of there. Basically, you're on like the lid of one of the crates, and you just kind of like surf it out. You do like a cool little spin and a skid, and basically stood just the other side of you. There's a very stern-looking chap. Basically, you recognise as the face of Gladys. It's Corazon de Estrella looking at you, going, "What the hell is this?"
by the way, Rihanna, I've decided what I look like.
Too late. She's drawn you now.
I feel like I'm like in the gold outfit, and then I've got Steve Harrington hair from Stranger Things 2 and season 2 or whatever, that sort of hair, and then I've got big sunglasses on, like
Aviators.
and then also
I have
And
given
also a cape.
you,
None of
I've
what you've
given
mentioned.
you
and a cape.
none of what you've mentioned. You do have an eye patch though.
I'll take an eye patch.
I'd say it's probably more of a like it's got like an AR interface on it. Like that's what you use as your scanner.
It's an eye patch that's purely invisible. Like it's a two-way mirror eye patch. It's not got scanning ability.
But the mirror's on the wrong side.
No. Yes. Yeah.
It's a two-way
no.
mirror eye patch, but basically you can see your eyeball through it.
No.
Slightly darker. And all you can see is a reflection of your own eyeball.
Yeah, and it's so yeah.
Turns out you're just wearing it on the wrong eye. So you land. As you land, basically out the speakers comes the voice of Liliana in the car, in the the big docking bay. Basically says, "Greetings, Gladys. I am Ship AI designation L1L14N4. Would you like some coconut straw?"
Can we destroy this ship and get a new one?
I really like I like this one.
I know you like this one, but you.
Basically, Corazon looks at you and basically just says that there's they don't have it in the budget at the moment to give you a new ship. However, they can fix the AI. Now you've reset it. They can fix the AI of this current ship, re-equip it for your original missions, and basically you can take the new ship with all the bells and whistles, all the new features, and essentially that will allow you to do whatever you want, but you will have a nice new shiny ship with an AI that works. They're not 100% sure they're going to completely eliminate the coconut shrimp issue, but they will certainly be able to minimize it.
Perfect. I like coconut shrimp.
I'm going to be honest. Can you find where it's coming from? That's my concern.
He clicks his fingers, and a team of like 6 engineers basically head towards the ship. And as they head towards the shrimp, oh god, it's infecting me. As they head towards the ship, you just hear the ship just go shrimp, and essentially it just spits out a massive like wave of coconut shrimp, which knocks the engineers flat on their backs. And basically, what you see is these engineers just wading through this unlimited tirade of coconut shrimp, trying to get to the ship. And it's almost like, it's not like the ship is doing it on purpose, but it is almost like the ship is trying to fight the engineers off with coconut shrimp. And needless to say, this massive loading bay is starting to smell interesting, and slowly filling up with more shrimp. But essentially, you guys, basically, Corazon de Estrella takes you off to a meeting room, and Captain Bismuth, who you've got with you, from a distance, looks around and he's like, "I don't like you guys, but god damn it, let me buy you a drink." And basically just wants to take you to the bar and sort you out. Meanwhile, the engineers are sitting there trying to figure out what the hell is going on, where this shrimp is coming from. And essentially what you've now got is a brand new shiny spaceship with an interesting AI, which is currently being filled up with shrimp, but no one knows where it's coming from. Needless to say, for your future adventures, and yes, we got there in the end, you now have a nice shiny new ship with an interesting AI with a bit of an obsession for coconut shrimp, but nonetheless, it does work. We have finally, thank God, made it, and you've saved Patchy Nova from being destroyed. You have now got a new ship, a new AI, and a hell of a lot of coconut shrimp.
Captain's log.
Oh yeah, and you're still not a captain.
Today was a good day. We got some shrimp, and we ruined an AI's plot to destroy the world.
Where are you recording this captain's log?
Right in the front of everyone.
You just
in the bar, just as the drinks are flowing. Just
he's drunk doing this.
He's doing it whilst pissed.
No, he's sober.
There's one thing you can say when you ask Rickshaw what to do. You can be sure on Rickshaw. End Captain's Log.
As you're doing that, you all see on your communicators just coconut shrimp emojis just literally fill your screens. Clearly, the AI is just sending you messages now through your communicators.
I don't know if Rickshaw wants to go flying anymore. yeah, Flock. Also, can we tell Gladys legal team that they need to sue whatever company owns that ship? Like before we go out in it,
you pass the AI on to some of the engineers, and they basically.
And then the fact that that company destroyed a ship that was owned by Gladys. Or was run by
there'll certainly be some, obviously, because they did have a trade agreement between them, there'll certainly be some serious talks between them, and that trade agreement will probably be nullified. Needless to say, it'll be a while before you hear from Delacour again. But yeah, at least now you have a nice new shiny ship. You're at the bar having some drinks, and that is the story of how eventually we fumbled through and managed to succeed in. Hey, it's a learning experience for us all. What I've learned is I definitely need to be clearer. I definitely need to be clearer and plan more with how I deliver lasers and feelings. But hey, it's we're learning.
I feel like it's just one of those things. It's one of those things where there are so many open objects that you're almost not
prepared for
You're not prepared.
Plan less. Just let whatever happen.
So certainly. I mean, I've already got an idea of if we did want to do this again. Now we've got a new ship and a new AI. What I'd want to do, and it's a lot simpler, shall we say?
I think it's the thing of like going.
The mistake I made is I planned it like a D&D session.
If we happen to escape from the Raptor into the Raptor, then.
Oh, I would have had it explode in a cool way that allowed you guys to leg it out the ship.
No, but why did the Raptor need to?
Because I think because I wanted you to have this nice. I wanted you to have this nice shiny ship with a new AI.
Yeah, we would have, but let us make the decision to want the ship. I think is a good plan. It's rather than giving us these cool stuff and being like, hey, you want it? Go, oh, there's this cool thing.
Would you have wanted it, though, if you thought it was evil?
Oh, yeah, but no. If we thought it was evil. But if you had gone... But you were so sure on us wanting to defeat the evil in it rather than getting off the ship. Then
I say, I think I planned it a bit too much like I'd planned at a D&D session, and what I forget is Lasers and Feelings is so much more open and free. Which is funny. It's almost like it's simplicity. It's I don't know.
There are less. It's more complicated, but there are less complications.
Yeah, I feel because of the simplicity of Lasers and Feelings, it almost kind of limits you to how specific you can be with plans, because it's like otherwise I'm not. Basically, if I wanted to get you guys to a specific thing, I just don't make you roll for it. Problem is at that point you're not then rolling for anything.
The issue is, because obviously it's a good game, but the issue is you're rolling dice and you're almost guaranteed if you've got 2 dice to win.
Yeah, the chances of success are a lot higher than they are in D&D, and that's what makes it, I think, harder. You've got to plan for rolls to work pretty much 100% of the time.
Every single thing. Oh, I feel like it's just it's about not planning for something to work. It's about just saying, if this was to happen, I would go in this direction. If this was to happen, I'd go in this direction, and then because that's the thing about space is that you can really only go 2 directions.
It's about improv.
Yeah, I think that's. I think what went wrong is I planned it too much.
Yeah.
So what's nice is I've got an idea in my head for if we did do this again with your new ship, and it's so simple that literally all I've just thought of is what the bad, the complication is, and what the end result needs to be. How you get there is entirely up to you.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. It's like, it's like every sci-fi horror film ever made. So I just think it'd be a funny situation to put you guys in at some point, especially with an AI that's a little bit obsessed with coconut shrimp.
On that note, I need to head off because I have work in the morning at 7.
I also need to.
Yeah, no worries. I wanted to kind of finish it about 11 at the latest, so that's kind of perfect timing. So
I need to start my next essay tomorrow. So
fun.
gross.
I've got
Also,
loads of editing to
No.
do, so I will
Have fun, and I will. Next week, are we resuming standard D&D or?
Yes. I'm so
yeah.
excited. I'm so excited for that.
Cool.
Hell
Well,
down.
Cooley, if you wanted to create a new character for that or bring back your old one, it's entirely up to you.
Are
Yeah,
you
I
doing
was gonna
Daddy
do.
P?
I was gonna do Daddy P, or I'm gonna do.
Oh, Daddy P
Oh.
Junior, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's not related to Daddy P. He's just a similar character. I'm just gonna twist him a little bit.
Fair enough. And
Love
I'll
to
have
see
to
it.
You could
do a
be
proper
like an allergy
character
little-
creation with Richard for that one, because I'm going to get him to join because he's doing my nutting. Because he wants to
yeah,
do
that's
it.
funny.
He's just doing that kind of Richard thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Screw it. It's gonna be Daddy P's former apprentice, his trainee,
Oh,
and
brilliant.
he's got.
Oh,
He's
brilliant.
decided. To
Wait,
go
can
out
you
on
be?
his own.
Can you be?
Oh, wait, it was that kid.
Can you be the
It was
Goliath?
the adopted kid.
Oh yeah, one of the kids that we had adopted.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway.
Love it.
Nice. I will catch you guys later. Thank you for bearing with me, and I promise it will get better now I know a bit more about how this game works.
You did great.
All right, you can't.
It's one of these. It's one of these. Until you play it, you don't really know how it's going to turn out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Cool.
Oh,
We'll
and by
do
the way,
that
the joke that was set up was if one of you asked for an old-fashioned. You could have gone up to a food hall and said, "I'd like an old-fashioned computer, please," and it was going to spit out an IBM with a CRT monitor. But never mind.
Quite funny.
not,
Okay.
not,
It would have been
okay.
funny had it occurred naturally, but not being forced.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
Time for me to go.
ta-ra!
Bye.
Like,
yeah, bye.
we